Close enough.
Between the two of them, you should be able to line it up.
I hope so.
Generally, so I've heard so many podcasts lately where the two people are out of sync, or it'll start in sync and then go out of sync because they're like recording with different apps or something. I don't know what it is, but I've heard a lot, especially this one, Arcade. I've started listening to Arcade Repair podcast.
Okay. Yeah.
Arcade Repair Tips is the name of the podcast. And whenever they have a guest on, or even when it's the two main hosts and they're recording remotely, which is most of COVID episodes, the stuff is just out of sync. And definitely somebody has some internet issues too, because it cuts out all the time. And
oh, that makes it hard. Or it could be a bad gate too. Their gate too high.
it sounds like internet because it's like they'll be talking, then they drop off 5 words, and then all of a sudden they come back.
Oh, it kicks back in. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've never missed anything really important yet, so.
Yeah, it's just annoying. It can make it hard to listen to a podcast like that.
Yeah,
but...
I did almost turn the one off, but thankfully the guy said, "Did I lose you?" And then she comes back and starts working good. So.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
At least they recognize that something is not working correctly, and
Yeah, he usually doesn't. He usually just cuts people off. Just talk over them.
I listened to a couple of podcasts too that were just like stuff cuts off, and you can definitely tell it was an internet issue, like you were saying, and the other people just like move on as if nothing happened, which I guess is the important thing to do.
That's like
professional.
Easy Allies does that. I think that's like, yeah, exactly. That's the professional way. That's the way you'd be taught in like live broadcasting. I think.
Just move on, pretend it's not. But the thing is, like, sometimes that person's saying something I really want to hear.
Yeah.
I'm like, can you just like go back and be like, hey, can you just say that again? Like, it was interesting, or I don't know.
Yeah, like your solid connection now. Say it again.
Yeah, like this isn't radio; it's podcasts. We're all amateurs. Well, most of us are.
Yeah.
So.
Most of us aren't getting paid millions for it.
Not yet.
Yeah.
We're working on it. We got to start like trying to advertise. We got to have an ad space.
And
Get
here's
people
your
to pay
ad.
us.
Here's your first ad of the podcast. Go.
Go here. Your ad here.
First ad.
There's some of them are really bad. I've actually noticed now. Not with Cartridge Club podcasts or associated podcasts, but like other podcasts that are outside of, I would say, more commercial podcasts.
Yeah.
Man, loaded with commercials. Like loaded. I've had some of them have like 3 ad breaks with 3 commercials apiece. Like you're listening to, yeah. I was
a lot of them have started going with the automatically inserted ads too.
Oh, and that annoys me so much because it cuts into like the worst spots.
Yeah, they should put an ad break spot, and that's where they should be like metadata that says at this timestamp there's a spot for you to put an ad break in. That's the right way to do it, but not everything's good, right?
Yeah, the automated ads are bad, especially when they repeat. Have you had that?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
I had one that was a Spanish one that repeated twice in a row through every ad break.
Oh my god.
There was 3 ad breaks, and it was the same Spanish commercial. So I heard that commercial 6 times.
I have a general rule for myself that if I ever hear a phone number on an ad more than twice, it's probably not a legitimate company or not a trustworthy company. Like you're just listening to the radio even, and if they repeat the phone number more than twice in an ad, there's a problem with that product or that company.
They're just trying to get that number in your head.
Yeah.
Call.
Yep. It's usually like lawyers and sue everybody you know or get gold for your jewelry and
duct cleaning.
Yeah, duct cleaning.
Always the ducts. So.
Do you want to start a podcast?
Yeah, welcome to the Not So Special podcast. Now that we've complained about every other podcast, welcome to ours.
There's a few that we haven't complained about. Give it time.
Oh my gosh. My name's Josh, otherwise known as Creepleet, here with my co-host Derek, otherwise known as Deej13, or DJ Chew, or Two Dork, or One Dork, or Thrifty Dork, or whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, all those things.
All those things.
He's not lying. It sounds like he's making stuff up, but he's not.
Yeah. I got a question for you, Derek.
What's that?
Is your butt warm?
A little bit. You're starting the podcast off with the hot seat.
I gotta throw you for a loop, man.
I
You
can
weren't
guarantee
expecting
I was
this.
not expecting it. Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna get him right at the start. He's not gonna expect this. All right. Now these are not easy questions. So
Oh boy.
I would like you to be as detailed as possible. I like the dirt. All right.
Keep it clean.
Yeah. Keep it clean, but I like the dirt. All right. Question number 1. I have 5 questions. What is your favorite brand? What's the one you're a diehard consumer of? You stand by every product they have. Or I don't know. What's your favorite?
I don't know.
You wear their T-shirts.
That's the thing. I have a lot of brand T-shirts, and not always brands that I love. Like I have a Pringles T-shirt, but it's mostly kind of like it's ironic.
Yeah, sure.
Let me see. Chances are, if I had to choose something, it would be probably video game related.
Mm-hmm.
But sitting in front of me, I have so many different brands that it's not even funny. If I had to choose one thing, it's probably most common is Asus.
Okay.
I mean, my motherboard, my video card, my monitor, they're all Asus. But that's not a very interesting answer. So
well, I mean, it's
I
your
could
answer.
I could just flip it and say, Nerds Candy.
Okay. Do you have a Nerds Candy T-shirt?
I do. Yep.
Ooh, see,
It says
perfect.
Super Nerd and has a nerd on it with a cape.
There you go. All right. Now we're gonna go with something more controversial, and you better have the right answer. Who is a better cook, your mother or your grandmother?
Oh, I'm glad you didn't say wife. My mother is a much better cook than my grandmother, and my grandmother would agree with it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I wasn't gonna put your wife in there because I don't know if your wife listens to this, and I wasn't trying to stir up
She
that
doesn't
kind of
listen
amount
to
of.
this.
I didn't want to stir up that much controversy, so I figured I'd throw it there. All right. Question number 3. This one could put you in some hot water. What piece of clothing or accessory can someone wear that immediately makes you have a bad opinion of them as a person?
Okay, that could go very. Okay, say it again. What's a piece of clothing?
A piece of clothing or accessory that someone wears that immediately makes you have a bad opinion of them as a person.
One thing is if they're wearing a Bluetooth earbud, but just the one side and not the modern ones where they're listening to music, but the one where it's like obviously for phone calls.
Yeah.
And they're walking around a garage sale wearing that, not on a phone call, just walking around with that.
Even if you're not just at a garage sale, if you're just wearing one of those earpieces in general,
Yeah.
out in public, you're not driving. I understand you got to wear it when you're driving, but if you're just walking around, I might have the exact same answer. That's hilarious.
I have a second answer.
Okay, go ahead.
It's a little more controversial.
I'll take it. I like the dirt.
A man bun.
Ooh. I know what I'm going to give you for Christmas. Me wearing a man bun.
That would be worth it.
Then
I
you
might
can't
have to
hate
stop being your friend, but
It's fine. We'll just be coworkers. All right. What did you think you were... Okay, sorry. What did you think you were good at, but are actually quite bad at? This is a 2-part question.
oh. I'm still up in the air of whether I'm actually any good at singing.
Okay.
I only
Did you
do
think
it to
you were going to be...
myself.
Okay. Did you think you... Well, then you didn't really think you were good at it.
When I was younger, I thought I was okay or good.
Okay.
Like, wow, I'm hitting those notes so good. And recently I've heard myself and been like, wow, no. Or like my wife's like, what, like we hear something or I think of something. I'm like, what's that song? And I try and like sing it or even just do the notes of the song back to her. And she's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I say, I totally don't blame you because I heard myself doing that. It was terrible. I can't reproduce the sound that I know it makes, even though I have it memorized in my head, note for note.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right. Now flip the question. What did you think you were bad at, but are actually quite good at?
A quick answer is laundry. I always assumed I was bad at laundry, but my wife keeps asking me to do it, and I don't screw up clothes. So,
does your wife make you separate laundry?
Separate like before
like colors and whites?
We don't really do that anymore. No, we used
good.
to when we didn't have kids or when Sean was young. But we don't really do that.
And
the biggest thing I do is I'll separate the delicates, like, or stuff that I know has to be hung to dry, like her sweaters.
Yeah.
I'll not do them. And sometimes if there's a bunch of them, I'll do jeans separately as well, just so it's not as hard on your shirts.
Yeah.
But I don't really do that as much anymore. Even towels as well. We'll do them separately just because they can screw up clothes in the dryer.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it's more about texture in terms of sorting than color these days.
Than color, yeah.
When I was a kid, we used to sort by color for sure. And like I said earlier on here, we did before the kids got older.
A lot of that was like because you were like back in the day we used to wash with like hot and warm water, right? So
yeah.
But now we do a lot of cold and colors don't bleed as much. So
yeah, we're doing all cold. We're actually doing our washing machine has a tap cold option.
Yeah, mine too. It's nice.
I did not know that was a thing until it was on there. I'm like, cold and tap cold?
Like you just assume cold would just be from the tap because you're not
Right?
refrigerating.
Yeah.
You're not refrigerating the water first.
Well, yeah, what are they doing? What is the difference?
There's a fridge in my washer. It's crazy. Yeah. My wife used to when I was living by myself, that's when I first had to figure out how to do my laundry. Because when I was living at home, my mom just did it. Not that I asked her to, she just did. And yeah, it was. Then I got married, and then I realized, oh, these have to hang to dry. These have to. Anyways, I did that for a couple of years, and then eventually we just decided, you know what? I'm just gonna do my own laundry. And because I just throw everything in the washer and then I take everything out and I throw everything in the dryer and I call it a day.
That's how all my clothes work too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
my wife's a little bit more picky.
My daughter has some dresses that are a little nicer and need to be hung.
Yeah, that makes more sense. But yeah, I'm just like, nope, I don't want to deal with any of this. So I just put it all in.
Yeah.
It drives my wife crazy, but that's why we decided to just separate. Not separate marriage.
You'll be sleeping in separate beds soon.
Oh man, can you imagine? Like our grandparents. Yeah. All right. Last question. Now this could possibly lead into some more conversation later on, so I don't want too much detail on this.
Okay.
But what movie scene scarred you for life?
I had one in mind. There was something I was just talking about. So, maybe not for life, but for a long time.
Yeah, that's fine.
Princess Bride with the rat things.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I barely remembered the movie as a kid. I just remembered that scene. Like I walked in the room and that scene was on. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So that's the only thing that comes to mind right off the bat. I never really watched horror movies, especially as a kid. Like that just wasn't in our household.
Yeah.
So there wasn't any of that. I know my wife has stories of that. But
I can imagine.
Yeah, I don't really.
Okay.
That's
fair enough.
Pretty much it.
That is definitely a uncomfortable scene.
Yeah, especially as a kid. Like I would not show my kids that stuff right now.
Yeah, I did not enjoy that as a kid. Man, I can't even tell you the last time I've seen that movie, to be honest.
I saw it maybe 3 years ago, maybe. I think. Okay. Yeah.
That's definitely sooner than me.
Oh my gosh, why can't I think? Robin Hood Men in Tights more recently. My wife and I watched that within the last year.
Yeah.
I have it on DVD.
Man, you got to get that on Blu-ray.
No. I don't have any TVs that it matters. My TVs are 1080. and 46 and 42 inch.
Man, but imagine
Just
Robin Hood, Men in Tights, in glorious 1080p.
1080p. I would sooner watch it in VR on my headset or even on a virtual screen in my VR headset.
Yeah, that would work too.
Does my butt get to cool down now?
Your butt gets to cool down now. Yes, you're out. You're out of the hot seat. Speaking of watching movies in VR, I did that the other night. I watched Tron Legacy 3D.
That would be good. That would be good.
I decided I haven't actually watched a movie in VR because I have a 3D TV.
Oh,
So I didn't really have a reason to put on the VR helmet. So I tried the VR helmet to watch it. And I watched the whole thing, obviously. But I'm going to be completely honest with you. It looks way better on a 3D TV than it does in the headset.
Oh.
Like, it pops more. I don't know what... Like, the VR just seemed like you couldn't really see the depth that well. So, it's interesting.
I didn't explanation.
Yeah. But
the only movie I've watched the full thing in VR 3D was Alita: Battle Angel.
Okay, yeah.
And it was pretty decent. Good action scenes for that.
Yeah, that's a good one. I watched that in 3D on my TV.
I need to watch more.
Well, hopefully when this thing's over. I would actually like to see what you think, because I'm in my own head about it. Like, I have my own predisposed opinions about it now.
Mm-hmm.
So you coming in, I'd like to know what if you think the 3D TV looks better than the VR helmet.
Yeah.
That would be.
And then we can try each of the VR helmets. Since I have Quest 2, Vive Pro, PSVR you've already seen.
Yeah.
I have Daydream, but it's not great.
I wonder if it would look better.
Go as well.
On Go, yeah. I wonder if the screen quality within the PSVR, because there's a lot of that screen door effect. I wonder if that hindered it.
See, I thought, as far as I know, it's against all the headsets, PSVR. Well, I guess mostly just Vive. For the generation it was, it's better than Vive for screen door. Screen door is much worse on Vive and Vive Pro.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. It's way clearer on the because of the type of lens they used on the PSVR.
Okay.
They kind of like smooth the different lenses, the different lines in the lens on the PSVR. They use a different type of lens, and on Vive it's much more visible.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Vive Pro is better than Vive, but PSVR has less screen door than Vive Pro, but Vive Pro is a higher pixel count, like higher resolution, so it's a little less noticeable in a way.
I was gonna say, which one did I play when I was at your house? Was that the Vive Pro?
I think it'd be the Vive, because since I've had Vive Pro, I've had wireless, and you didn't play wireless.
I didn't play wireless, no.
Yeah.
So, yeah, then I don't think I noticed the screen door as much on that then.
Interesting.
Even if it's worse. But compared to both of them, like, it was definitely clearer, in my opinion.
Yeah. So. See, and I notice it so much, but if your eyes are in the right place, it's not bad. But
yeah, well, maybe that could be it. Maybe I didn't have the headset on quite right,
or maybe on Vive you had it in the right exact spot.
I just had it perfect.
I also wear glasses, so that screws me up on most headsets too.
Yeah. Yeah, could be.
The one night I did, I think I maybe already mentioned this a while ago, but I did set up a couple months ago, probably like 6 months ago. There's a swear. Like 6 months ago, I set up a movie to watch on all 4 headsets at once for me, my wife, my son, and my daughter to all watch in VR. But we ran into technical issues, and one of them wouldn't join right or couldn't stay in or some weird problem. So we didn't actually get to watch it. But I did have both kids in VR at the same time in the same room together in big screen. And they were watching 3D Roadrunner cartoons.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
3D Roadrunner cartoon.
Yeah, they released a couple episodes of like Roadrunner, and I think there was some Bugs Bunny and 3D
Are
stuff
they new
too.
ones, or did they like
It's
rotoscope
newer.
the new ones
It's
or whatever?
newer, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I've seen some of the movies where they do that with older, like Jurassic Park and like iRobot,
Yeah.
where they take the 2D movie and make it 3D.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually sometimes kind of prefer that effect because it still looks 2D, but it looks like everything's just like spread out and popped.
Okay.
Whereas
But
versus
not too popped, like they're exaggerating it or something.
yeah, exactly.
Because some movies you feel like that. It's like, oh, there's a gimmick,
Yeah,
right? I
Yeah.
think my wife and I watched Coraline. They did that a lot in the theater in 3D. And there was some other movie where they clearly were just playing gags with it, like yo-yo at your face kind of thing.
yeah,
Literal yo-yo at your face, I think.
yeah. You can tell they're playing on it. Never mind that. It's not a swear, but it's coming up. Shield your children's ears for a second. The Jackass 3D.
Yeah,
There's a lot of gimmicks in that.
no doubt. I'll never
Oh,
see it.
man.
It's fine.
Oh, it's hilarious. It's funny. The one thing that I've noticed with 3D, so say if you've seen a 3D movie in the theater, they do a lot of effects that pop out at you. Whereas like if you're watching on like a 3D TV, it just adds more depth behind the scene rather than in front.
Oh, okay.
If that
Yeah.
makes sense. So like the gimmicks where they're like, oh, here's a yo-yo in your face. It doesn't really look like a yo-yo's coming at your face, but it does look like the person is further behind.
Yeah.
And
And the yo-yo's coming to the screen.
coming to the
level.
screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's a different perspective,
Yep.
which is cool. I still like it. There's a couple movies that play with a couple gimmicks like that. I can't remember. The only one I can really remember is Guardians of the Galaxy. I have that on 3D, the first one.
Yeah.
And during some of the battle scenes, when they're fighting and there's some splatter or alien gook flying out, it will actually fly out of frame and land underneath the picture.
Okay.
So like say you have like black bars top and bottom type thing, like it'll just kind of pop out and land underneath in the black bar.
Oh, okay.
Until the scene changes, then it's gone.
Yeah, yeah. That's neat.
Yeah. So I wish more movies would do that. That's a cool effect. So.
Yeah. Huh. So is your butt warm?
Oh, geez, we're doing it right away. Thought you'd save it a little bit longer.
No, because now you're in the hot seat. All right.
Okay.
I have more questions, but I might skip some as I start reading. I don't know.
Okay.
And they are all Halloween themed.
Ooh, beauty.
or yeah, scary, whatever. What do you want etched on your tombstone?
What's the year of? I want to do something like see you in the year whatever, something like ominous, like see you in the year 2035.
Oh,
Whatever.
okay.
Something like
Okay, like you're gonna come back.
like I'm coming back. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Something like that.
That's good. Okay. This is similar to your one question. What horror movie scared you for life?
Scared me for life. Nothing.
This could be scene related as well. Like if you
Okay.
have a specific scene as well.
It hasn't. Yeah, nothing's obviously scared me since. In terms of horror, I will go with The Dark Crystal. That freaked me out as a kid.
That's not even a horror. Oh, okay.
Oh man,
Okay.
as a kid.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it since. I have it, and I've been
Is
needing
that
to
the
go back
one
and
I'm
watch it.
thinking of? What's the?
That's that Jim Henson one.
Yeah, was that the one with the hands? No, that's the Labyrinth.
That's Labyrinth, I think.
Because that also, now that you said, freaked you out, Jim Henson, I thought of Labyrinth was one I saw when I was a kid, and that one bothered me for a while. Mostly the hand part, I think.
Yeah, I think mine was like they have like I don't know what they're called in Dark Crystal, but they look like crows basically, and they are just freaky. I did not like them. I don't even think we finished the movie because I think we had to turn it off because I couldn't handle it.
Okay.
So
They're called Skelpie. Skels. I don't know.
Sure.
I can't read that. Skeksis.
Sure.
I added an L for no reason, but
Someone's streaming at us from the radio
right,
right
and
now.
that's all. That's fine. Tweet at us.
Please,
All right,
please tweet us the phonetical proper pronunciation.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. How long do you think you would last in a horror movie?
In a horror movie. Now,
You
we're
know,
talking
most
about,
people have like a role, right? The hero,
Yeah, exactly.
or like the fodder at the beginning, or the damsel in distress. Even you can be that if you want. You're gonna get a man bun, so you might as well be.
That's
damsel in
true. I
distress.
could be a damsel in distress. I mean, I'm more than open to be the damsel in distress. I'd like to be rescued for a change. I don't know. I like to think like it's funny. As I get older, I watch more horror movies than I ever thought I would. I wouldn't call myself a fan, but I just sometimes the premise just intrigues me. I'm pretty good at calling don't do that. I mean, I'm sure everyone thinks they can do that at some point, but sometimes why don't do that? Don't do that. Don't do that. So if I was in a stereotypical horror movie, I think I would last near the end or to the end.
Okay, that's fair. I like to think the same of myself, but we'll see.
We'll see.
So, in a zombie apocalypse, what would be your weapon of choice?
My weapon of choice would be, everyone says a sword, but I still think a shotgun would be the best option.
Yeah.
If you could
ammo
find
is the problem.
The ammo, especially in Canada.
And shotguns
like,
take a while to load as well.
Yeah, but you get a couple shots. Again, I would hopefully not get myself into the stupid situations that people in zombie movies get them stuck in.
Yeah.
And if you need more than a couple shots, you're probably not going to last too long anyway.
Yeah, sword wouldn't help anyway. Unless you're like an expert with a sword, then maybe.
I also do not want to let zombies get that close to me.
Yeah.
That I had to use a sword.
And there's always the question of whether their blood can pass it on, if it gets in your mouth.
Yeah.
They don't. Some things dive into that. A lot of things don't explain it. So
give me a little bit of a distance. Like I don't think I'd have the accuracy for like a sniper rifle or like a hunting rifle, but a bit of a spread. It keeps them a little bit further away.
Yeah,
that's my
Right.
thing. We used to have a whole like zombie apocalypse plan with my friends, like what we would do and where we would go and the supplies we would need to bring, and we had a whole plan.
Good.
But
write that up for us sometime.
You're not coming, Derek.
Oh. So what are you superstitious about? Do you have anything?
What am I superstitious about? Not really.
Knock twice and whatever the heck those things are, or the
no.
black
I mean-
cats or cracks on the sidewalk and breaking glass and
I used to do the cracks in the sidewalk when I was a kid.
yeah, that's just
Like
fun.
yeah, and I don't know why. I do remember having that thing, and not because I was like break your mother's back type thing, but it was almost like I need to make sure I don't step on a crack. It's not good for whatever reason. It's not good to me. You know how maybe you've heard Richard Ramvox talk about like he felt an imbalance.
Okay, yeah.
Like if he would do one thing more than one time on like one foot,
One side
he would
versus the
tap.
other, yeah.
He would tap a foot twice, and then he wouldn't tap the other foot, and he would feel like one side was heavier than the other.
Yeah.
I feel that with, or I did feel that with cracks in the sidewalk or in the pavement. If I stepped on a crack, then I would have to step on a crack with the other foot.
Yeah, I've done that as a
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's weird.
Right.
But that was years ago.
Ladders, walking under a ladder,
I don't care.
open
I break
umbrella in the
mirror-
house,
I break mirrors every day of my
killing
life.
spiders, make it rain.
Every day. I have
Yeah.
spiders every day in my house. I kill.
All right, would you rather be bitten by a vampire or bitten by a zombie?
Oh, vampire for sure.
Right? I think that's just
Absolutely.
the right answer. Assuming they turn you into a vampire, because I guess there could be either way killing you. How about if you died, the vampire kills you, they don't turn you, versus the zombie turning you?
Oh, still vampire.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You'd rather
absolutely.
die and be gone than turn into a zombie?
Yeah, because I don't want to put the people I know through that trauma of having
That's
to
true.
kill me.
That's true. All right. Are you afraid of clowns?
No.
Okay. What's your favorite part of Halloween?
Candy.
Candy's good. Damn it! You just made me change my mind. I really like pumpkin carving.
Do you? Okay.
But I love candy.
Do you steal do you steal your kids' candy?
Oh,
you
yeah.
have to, right? You have to.
I have
right?
to. My kids aren't going to eat it all, and I don't want them to have that much sugar.
I think that's more of it. I don't want them to have.
Really, I'm just helping them.
Yeah, it's for their own good.
Exactly. My sister actually used to do this thing with her kids, where it was called the Switch Witch, and they would give a bunch of their candy, like basically most of it, like 80% of it. They get to keep 20%, but the 80% is sent to a Switch Witch, who is a pretend witch who would then trade it for toys.
Oh, okay.
I became the Switch Witch for her, as in she gave me all the candy and she bought them toys.
Oh, so you just win.
It was awesome. I'm sad her kids are not young enough to trick or treat anymore.
That's funny. Oh, you just gotta trick your kids into do it now.
Yeah. Well,
I guess now you could just take it for free.
We just eat their candy. Yeah, we just eat their candy. What we do is we're portion controlling how much they can eat, because you have to, and at the same time we're eating it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll be honest. I'm not a huge fan of pumpkin carving.
Oh, I love doing it. I just love it.
Yeah, and you are really good at it. I've seen the pictures you put on Twitter.
Thank you.
You get that like shading that you can do with pumpkins. I cannot do it. It's just
you can. You just need to watch some videos and try it out.
I get so annoyed. I just want to get it done and over with. Like
I get annoyed when something breaks. Like it's like, oh,
yeah.
I gotta glue it or put a toothpick through it to hold it. It's gonna shrivel up faster than the rest, and
yeah, it's not so much fun.
It's tons of fun. What I want to do next is figure out how to do it with power tools. Like a Dremel.
You don't do that shading with power tools?
No.
How do you do that?
A knife. I use X-Acto knives.
Oh, and you just shade it real close?
Most of the time, what I'm doing is doing it from the inside of the pumpkin.
Okay.
So I cut the front and take off whatever layer I need to change the color.
Yeah.
Right? Take off the skin, basically.
The skin, yeah.
And then at the back, I just make it real thin.
Okay.
So on the inside of the pumpkin, I'm just scraping away until it gets thin.
It just seems like so much work. What's the pumpkin you're most proud of, the thing that you made?
Oh.
Like your favorite one?
I can't even remember all the ones we've done.
Just off the top of your head.
I have no idea. I can't remember which one. I don't know. Now I have to check pictures because it bothers me that I don't know. Like, I did do a kind of the Day of the Dead one not long ago, and that was so many holes. But I put in an LED, like color changing, remote controlled light.
Okay.
So that looked really cool. I'm looking at a picture of it here. That one I really like. I actually won a contest for that in my neighborhood. They had a Facebook contest where you submit your pumpkin, and I won a $40 gift card for Dairy Queen.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Just what you need on a cold fall day.
Yeah. Well, we saved it for a while, too. Yeah, that one might be the best one that I remember doing. But we've done a lot of cool ones. I'm looking at pictures of some of them now, but another honorable mention was, where the heck did I just see that one? Oh, I don't remember anymore.
I've done
already.
Two that I like, and mostly the one I like because it's super simple, and the other one I like because I actually put time into it.
Yeah.
I made the zombie from Plants vs. Zombies, like the zombie head.
Okay.
That one took a while, but I did do it. Oh yeah, yeah. I've seen that one.
Okay, so I just sent
audio
one to you
listeners.
now. Yeah. So what I was gonna say, I was waiting for you to finish, but I sent it now. I like playing with the teeth. Teeth on
Yeah.
pumpkins look so cool.
Yeah,
So
that
that's
that
also
does look
something I
cool.
like doing. I can't remember what the other ones we've done with teeth, but you know what? That one actually had plastic teeth in it.
I was gonna say because
Bought
those are
some
really
from the
round.
store. We
Those
bought
are
some
really
from the
round.
store. Yeah.
And the other one I liked was I made one that just had a wide open mouth, but I took all the pumpkin seeds and came it from the mouth out as if he was throwing them all up.
Yes, we did that one time at my parents' house when I was young, like I was a teenager, and we had another pumpkin underneath it, down one step, or not really a step. It was on like the side where it was like, anyway, we had one down below it where the puke was laying on his head, and he had a disgusted look face on his face, like a
Okay.
grossed out look. So one was
Yeah,
puking on the other. Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah.
Yeah, I
the
just
look
had
of
mine
that.
like I had the pumpkin at the door, but I had all the seeds like from him all the way out to the steps and down, kind of. So it looked like he just like projectile.
Nice.
Yeah, that was about it. But it's just super simple. That's why I liked it. I like simple ones.
Yeah.
But I like your complicated ones too. I'm not trying to not trying to disparage. I think it's
Did
just way beyond my skill.
Have I told you about silica gel packets? You know, you get the little silica gel packets that keep the moisture out of everything you buy, like electronics and stuff.
Yep.
Keep those throughout the year. And then when it comes
Okay.
Halloween, use them in your carved pumpkins to help keep it dry, because pumpkins will mold and rot out faster if they're moist.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So the silica gel helps with that.
Interesting. Do you just like pile them all in there?
Yeah. Like
Because they would soak up. They would soak up so much moisture.
I've even had one that was like 4 inches wide by 2 inches tall, and throw that in there. I can't remember what it came in, but something that clearly needed to stay pretty dry.
Well, we still got diapers around here. I'll just open up a diaper and throw
That's
it
true. That stuff would work really good too. Yeah. I forget what there's an acronym for that stuff. Something or other. Yeah.
in. That's
EP
funny.
something, EPS? I forget. Anyway. Yeah. You were out of the hot seat. I think I already.
Oh, you didn't say,
I
but
didn't say
okay.
that. I didn't say that.
It
You're
was,
out of the hot
it was
seat,
cooling
yeah.
down anyway. Yeah. That's funny. So October is very special, I think, for us
Why?
because we both have wedding anniversaries.
Oh yeah.
Now, for people who don't know, now we found this out later. Like
Yeah.
after we were friends for how many years, we finally figured this out.
Yeah.
Derek and his wife got married on the same day that my wife and I got married. And what's even stranger is, do you remember the even stranger part of this?
Was it the same year?
Same year, same day.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, at probably the same time. Who knows? But
Weren't we both gonna do a different date originally or something?
No,
Okay. No, I don't remember what else is stranger.
we both slept in the same hotel.
Yeah, see, I did my reception in that hotel, and you did yours somewhere else, but stayed in that hotel.
Stayed in that hotel. Oh, yeah,
That's
when we
funny.
left the party. Yeah. How crazy! I think we
Same
only figured that
place,
out.
same night.
I think we figured that out like last year.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So how crazy is that? It's not a Holiday Inn anymore. It's something else.
You could have crashed my wedding.
I didn't know, but your wedding guest probably kept me awake because there was some screaming happening in the halls.
Yeah, mine probably did. We had an open bar.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know you, so I definitely would have been a party crasher.
Yeah, well, like I said, we had other people crash the wedding.
Yeah, that's the other thing was we didn't know.
I think
each
I
other at
told
the
that
time.
already, right? Yeah.
We found this out years later. That's so funny. So happy anniversary.
Yeah. When this comes out, it'll be coming up real quick.
Real quick. Yeah. So
I just found out a guy at work has his anniversary on the 29th. So just a couple days before both of
Probably
us.
yeah.
And he has, his mother's a hairdresser, and so is mine. He is 1 year younger than me. No, 1 year older than me, but his kids are both 1 year younger than mine.
Oh, okay.
So like I have a 4-year-old and he has a 3-year-old. I have an 8-year-old. He has a 7-year-old.
Okay.
And we work on the same team. We're both generic white dudes, so that counts for something in us being the same too. So he was just talking about that today because he said he was going to celebrate his anniversary. I'm like, it's not on the 3rd, right? He's like, no, it's on the 29th. I'm like, oh gosh, good, because we don't have to be exact twins here. I think he said his dad drove truck too, like mine does. Something weird like that. Something related to my dad's
Like
job
exact
too.
copies, basically.
Pretty much, except he grew up in Britain, like the
Yeah,
UK,
wow.
so obviously different. But he lives in Guelph now, so
Doppelgangers, man.
yeah. Well, he doesn't look like me. He's taller and more handsome, and definitely more fit, even though he's older.
Oh man, let's not talk about fitness here. You're gonna make me feel bad.
What for?
All that COVID weight caught up to me, man. Jeez. It's rough.
You don't know if you don't weigh yourself. That's my strategy.
I don't need to weigh. I have mirrors around my house, man.
Well, there you go. Get rid of them. Are you a vampire? Nope. Just don't like how fat I am.
I don't like looking at my gut. Yeah.
It's you every time you look down to pee.
Yeah. That's why I don't look down anymore. I just shut my eyes and pray. So
After a while, you get pretty good at aiming.
it's like peeing in the dark, right? When you get up at night, yeah. You just
Right? Yeah.
you're just like, I know. It's there
Sometimes you
somewhere.
take that chance. You're like, is it a little bit to this? Well, just go for it. It's fine.
Just listen for the splash.
Yeah. No splash. Oh, move over a little.
Oh! Yeah, there it is.
I felt the
Pee
splash. That's
sonar.
not right.
Some sonar. That splash sounds different.
That's you need to click before you pee. Click your tongue like a bat. Echolocation.
Yeah, there you go.
Or a test spray.
The little spurt. Man, this is going downhill fast.
Pretty sure I've done that. But so I have a list of things that I wanted to tell you today. I wrote
Okay.
it quickly before our call. So TV shows. My wife and I
Alright.
did start watching Ted Lasso on your recommendation,
And
we have enjoyed it.
good.
We've gotten through 4 episodes, even though they're only 20 minutes.
Yeah, they're quick. They're quick.
We haven't had a lot of time to watch anything recently, or at least not together. And then,
But you're liking it though?
Yes, liking it for sure.
Okay, good.
I like the humor. I like the idea of the whole thing.
Yeah.
The characters are pretty good. I mean, obviously, there's some you're not supposed to like or not supposed to like that much yet, kind of thing. We kind of see where it's going, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Also watched the latest season of Rick and Morty, which was, I mean, obviously odd but good.
The last episode, I think it was the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And wherever I have them from, there's like interviews with the creators at the end
Okay. Yeah.
as well. So then you hear them talk about the episode and why they did it and why they made certain choices and stuff.
Okay.
Kinda neat.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I also, on your recommendation, because I misunderstood what the show was about based on its name, What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, the
I
movie?
always, no, the TV show.
Oh, I haven't seen the show yet.
Oh.
But you should watch the movie.
There's a
You should-
movie?
The movie was first. You should watch the movie first.
Oh my, I had
But-
no idea there was a movie.
Oh yeah, the movie is fantastic.
Okay.
Definitely watch the movie.
So
How far are you in the season?
I watched all 3 seasons already. Like I binged it.
Yeah, I haven't watched the show yet. I've been meaning to catch up to it, but yeah, I need to catch up on it.
I had no idea there was a movie as well.
Definitely watch the movie.
And you do have it.
The director of that is
man.
that Taika Waititi. He directed. Gosh, what did he direct? He directed Thor Ragnarok.
Okay.
If you've seen that, bunch of
Jojo
movies.
Rabbit.
Jojo Rabbit. Yeah, he's played Hitler in that movie.
Okay.
That's him.
I haven't watched Jojo Rabbit yet, but I've
Okay.
been meaning to.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I had no idea this movie. God.
that's one of the
More
movies
stuff, more
like
stuff to watch.
I quote that movie all the time.
So the TV show, I actually heard. Where did I hear that now? I think I was listening to a podcast and heard a quote
Okay.
about what was the name? Now I'm gonna screw it up. What do you do in the shadows? Jackie Daytona.
Okay.
So I heard the voice, a British voice, that I recognized from the IT Crowd. Have you ever watched the IT Crowd?
I've seen episodes, but not the whole thing.
So I've watched the whole thing. Anyway, it's a great show. I love it. I love everything about it. And so I recognized the voice of the boss on that show saying something, and he said something about, I once killed a man and took over his bar, blah blah blah, and now I go by the name of Jackie Daytona. And I'm like, okay, I need to figure out what this quote is from because I like that guy. I mean, he's ridiculous, but like in contrast with other characters, it's good. It's
Yeah.
If it was a whole cast of him, it'd be terrible, but or too much. But anyway, I figured out that was What We Do in the Shadows, the TV show. So that's where I'm like, okay, I keep hearing about What We Do in the Shadows. I have to go watch this now, thinking it was just a TV show, and went and binged the whole thing because I enjoyed it so much.
Good. How long are the episodes for that?
Probably 20 minutes.
The 20 minutes? Okay, it's quick.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I need to watch that. But that's good.
It's,
I need to.
It's all on my Plex.
Okay. I'll watch it.
Good. I can't believe there's a movie.
Yeah, the movie is. Oh, I keep saying how good it is, but it's so good.
I'm just double checking the show length, but I'm quite sure that they are short. 28 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's good enough.
Oh no, that one's 22. Only episode 1's 28.
I guess the pilot would generally be longer, right? Because they're trying to.
Yeah. Yeah,
There's
the
not. They don't
rest
have
are
commercials really.
Oh, there's one that's randomly that's 26 minutes. So. Okay. But
Less
it's so
commercials.
good.
All right.
It's just funny. Sometimes inappropriate, but it's always funny.
That's the way it's got to be, man. I mean,
Yeah.
the movie's the same thing.
Okay. Well, now I have to watch that. I'm both excited and disappointed at the same time.
I wonder. I wonder if it would make more sense. Now that you know what the show is.
Yeah.
If the movie, because the movie kind of like throws you in, kind of just like,
Okay.
here you go. This is
So-
the situation.
The TV show is made from a documentary point of view. They have a documentary film crew following them through
Yeah.
their day-to-day lives.
Yeah, that's the movie.
Okay. So at the very beginning of it, they basically explain everything you need to know.
Yeah. Okay.
And they also kind of explain it periodically. And sometimes they'll like ignore this film crew and you won't even remember it's a documentary type thing. And then all of a sudden something happens and they react with the film crew involved,
Okay.
which is just a great breaking the fourth wall type thing.
Yeah, this is the.
It's not really the
mockumentary.
fourth wall, but it's it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the movie. Like
Okay.
it starts out as like the mockumentary type thing, almost like the Office
Yeah,
bits
see-
where like you have the minute where it's just like someone's just looking at the camera and be like, so this guy's kind of a weirdo, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I need to watch more of The Office. I think I've seen bits and pieces and never seen a whole episode or anything.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
If you can get I don't want to go on an Office tangent right now, but get past the first season, like
Okay.
the first season. It depends on which one. Are you gonna watch the British one or are you gonna watch the American one?
I don't know.
I would say
British is the original.
British is the
right?
original. British is the original. It was the first one. Well, I guess
Yeah.
it's the original, but it's. I want to argue that it's a harder watch.
Gotcha. Because it's original, right? It hasn't
it's
found
the original-
its groove and stuff like that.
You either like Ricky Gervais or you don't like Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, and I usually do. Like
okay.
I watched An Idiot Abroad,
Yeah,
and he's very Ricky Gervais in that, as far
But
as I can
he's
tell,
not the
'cause
main
he's
focus.
hanging out with his friends. Agreed, completely agree.
he's not the main focus.
But he seems like he's trying to be abrasive in that, since it's his friend they're making fun of.
Yeah, but he's
So
only
in
he's
that
only in
way,
it for
I
like
thought
he's only in it for 5 minutes, at most.
Okay.
In those,
Yeah.
whereas in
Yeah.
in The Office, it's cringe
All him.
comedy. it's cringe comedy, and it's just his descent into being a worse and worse person.
Okay.
Whereas, and then the American version, obviously Steve Carell plays that character. The first
Yeah.
season, they're trying to kind of do the same thing, but then they realize like he's like the show will not succeed trying to copy that show. Trying to copy the original. They have to make it their
Okay.
own. They want to have the same cringe. Now, I listened to like a breakdown of the whole. I like The Office, so I listened to a podcast breakdown of the whole season.
Okay. Yep.
With one of the actors from the show, and he interviewed people, and they said they wanted the same show, 80% of the cringe, but with like 20% more hope. So like
Okay.
Steve Carell, who plays the boss, is still awkward and still cringy, but at the end of the day, you still feel for him and you want the best for him. You don't want to see him crash and burn. Whereas in the British Office, you can't wait to see him crash and burn because he's being a terrible
If you
person.
asked me if I wanted to hang out with Steve Carell or Ricky Gervais for a day, I would absolutely pick Ricky Gervais.
Oh, really? Okay.
Absolutely, 100%. Any day of the week,
Oh.
any time of the year, any year.
You don't like
Steve
Steve
Carell,
then?
bothers me sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
It's like he's a one-note pony or something. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. So I may have to start with the British one.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I do what you want to do.
Yeah.
I don't know how to recommend that to you, but
Yeah. So the IT Crowd, as I was saying earlier, is a great show, and
Yeah.
it was British. They tried to do an American version, but it had one episode, and it was almost an exact copy. I think it was just a pilot, and it never went anywhere. I don't know if it was just because it's like you can't really, strike gold twice with the same thing.
yeah, but they did. That's the thing is they did that with The Office, right? The Office, the first season, is almost the same thing. There's some differences, but it's almost the same.
Well, this was word for word the same. The characters were the same people, like the same type of person.
Okay.
And one of the actors was even the exact same person. The guy with the big hair, Moss is his name in the show.
Okay.
Yeah, they brought him over to the American one. I mean, I like him, and he did everything he could for the American one, but I don't think it was going to work. It's just a different mix, and I'm pretty sure the U.S. one has, what's his name? I just had it open and then closed it here, but let me bring it up. It has Joel McHale.
Oh,
in it.
okay.
Yeah.
He's a divisive person.
Yeah, and that might have been the problem too. He's good for that character that he was playing, but I don't know if that character works as well with a mainstream American audience because it's like a typical jerk IT guy.
Okay. Yeah.
That's where the line "Did you try turning it off and turning it back on again?" comes from.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
he says it on every call that he picks up and does tech support for anybody. Yeah.
Man. I'd see how that wouldn't go very far.
Yeah, and again, it's only a pilot in the U.S. as far as I can tell, so it probably didn't get past the executives at all, is my guess.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know if it aired or not, but...
I'm sure that's floating around somewhere.
Oh, no, I have it. I just don't
Okay.
know if it actually aired. Yeah. I'm a big fan of that show.
I need. That's one I've been meaning to watch.
Yeah, add it to your list.
So many shows I need to watch, man. It's ridiculous.
If I had to... So, I don't remember how I got on this tangent, but IT Crowd reminds me very much of... Or sorry, What We Do in the Shadows reminds me of IT Crowd. Not just
Okay.
because the one guy is the same, but the type of... Not the type of humor even, because What We Do in the Shadows is definitely more perverted. But still, like the humor other than that is reminiscent.
Does the show take place in New Zealand?
No. What We
No?
Do in the
Okay.
Shadows, it takes
Yeah.
place in Long Island.
Oh, so they changed it. Okay. The movie
Yeah.
takes place in New Zealand.
I did see that in the summary. Yeah.
So, because Taika Waititi is from New Zealand, so
Okay.
he puts a lot of movies there. Yeah, that's great. He did a couple movies there. Hunt for the Wilder People. That's also
not.
That's also his movie, also set in New Zealand. That has Sam Neill in it, Dr. Alan Grant from Jurassic Park, who I believe is a New Zealand native. He's in that. So, yeah, it's good.
There he is. Oh, no, it says he's born in the UK, but maybe he grew up in New Zealand. Yeah. Yes, he moved to New Zealand in 1954.
His accent is pretty good.
He was born in 47 and moved to New Zealand in 54. So,
okay.
Yeah. 7 years old.
Yeah, he could influence his accent, or at least enough to imitate it.
I've never heard of this movie in my life till now.
I got lots of movies to recommend if you watch strange ones.
I know, that's the problem, is you have too many to recommend, and they're usually good.
I am the Retro Film Dango champion, if you haven't heard.
Oh, I know. I have you all to myself.
Too bad you don't watch more movies.
Yeah, it is too bad. I mean, I've watched a bunch you've recommended, so.
Have you not liked something I've recommended yet?
No.
Okay.
Come on, I liked Buckaroo Banzai. I'm not gonna like any. I'm not gonna not like anything.
That's actually.
But it's terrible good, right? Like.
Which I know you like, which is why I offered it to you.
It's true.
It's true. It's so good. Everyone go watch Buckaroo Banzai. You're the only person who has seen it. I haven't heard from anybody else who has said they've seen it yet. So if you listening to the podcast have listened or watched Buckaroo Banzai, please talk to me about it. Yeah, so funny. I've also been watching a show instead of watching other shows that I should be watching. I find other shows that I shouldn't be watching and I watch those. One that I've been hearing a lot of people talk about recently, I feel like it's that effect, when you buy a new car and then all of a sudden you see your car everywhere?
Oh, yeah.
It's that same thing with shows. I'm like, oh, I watched that show. And all of a sudden I hear everybody talking about it. So I don't know if I'm original or if I'm the trendsetter or if we're all finding this at the same time. But whatever. It's called, it's a show on Netflix called I Think You Should Leave.
Okay.
It's a sketch comedy show, which I like sketch comedy. Like, the Chappelle Show is one of my favorite shows. If you've ever watched Chappelle Show.
Yeah, definitely.
So same idea. It's just like, here's like 5-minute skits. They're generally, if at all, interconnected, and it's just like here's the setup for the joke, and they just run the joke out until it's almost not even funny anymore, but it's still funny.
For a second, it sounded familiar, but I think it's another sketch comedy show that has a similar name, where it's a statement.
Okay.
That I've heard of before, but I thought of it. I thought it was "Thank God You're Here" or something like that, but that's not it.
I haven't
oh yeah,
heard
that is.
Oh, it is? Okay. I haven't heard that one then. Is it the same guy?
I don't know.
Or is it different?
So it's a improv comedy series with celebrity performer dressed up in costume before passing through the door into a room where they are welcomed with the phrase "Thank God You're Here," and that sets up the premise for the whole.
Okay.
Skit is what
that sounds interesting. I might watch that.
Pretty sure that I've seen that, but now I don't recognize anybody on this. So maybe I've just heard of it before from somebody.
Yeah. Still, it sounds interesting. I'm going to check that out.
Yeah, that almost sounds like something I might have heard of on the Nerdist podcast, maybe.
Okay. I could do it.
Yeah, I don't know. Or I'm thinking of something totally different with the same name. Or a different name.
Either way,
like it.
You thought of it, and it sounds interesting.
Right?
But this show, like, I think you should leave. It's one of those shows that the first time I watched it, I kind of just I had the face, like, what am I watching? What am I seeing right now? And it's ridiculous. And then it's almost like after it's over and they've moved on to the next one, then I find it funny and I start laughing.
Oh, okay.
Because then it's just like it hit, but the next one's starting, and so you're trying to keep up with that one, and it's just like, oh, okay, I get it. It's funny. It doesn't. This is the thing with sketch comedy is not everything is funny. You're gonna watch something and you're like, not that great.
Yeah. As long as there's more hits than misses. And,
When it hits hard. It's
Yeah, and I've watched this show. Come on. I really like sketch comedy too. Like, Whose Line Is It Anyway was like,
yeah. It's like the
one
king
of the
of
best shows.
That's like the king of sketch comedy. That's more like improv sketch, I guess. Sketch. I guess sketch is kind of improv, or improv is sketch, but yeah, this is a little bit more. This is a little bit more.
You can
I would
have
say
sketch
sketchy.
without improv.
Yeah,
but it's better with, in my opinion.
Yeah, this is definitely more sketch than improv. So, but yeah, really funny. I didn't know it, but I watched the second season first because when I hit play on Netflix, it just throws you into the newest season. You have to actually manually go back to the first season.
Do that.
They just, I guess, they assume everyone's seen the first season. They want to hit play and see the newest one.
Or it's possible they got permissions, like they got rights for the second season first, and the first season was added later. I've seen that with a show before.
Yeah, I think this is a Netflix show though, so I don't think it's
then that wouldn't be it.
But yeah, either way, it was the right move because it set the tone for the rest of it. And I would recommend, honestly, for you, like, it doesn't matter what order you watch it in, because none of it is the same and none of it is
okay. Yeah.
Nothing repeats. So what's the point? But yeah, I would even recommend start second season, first episode, because that sketch hit me so hard. It hit me harder the second time because I was telling my wife about it. I was like, I can't even explain it. Here, just watch this. The first time I watched it, I was like, okay, this is kind of weird, whatever. I watched the episode a couple episodes later. Then my wife comes down. I'm like, watch this. I watched it again. I was crying laughing because it was so freaking funny.
See, but I have to watch the show season by season in order.
Please, just trust me on this one. You say you trust me on recommendations. just watch the first episode. They're like 15 minutes.
Watch the first episode. We do with the Shadows in like a week.
I got through it.
So I can definitely.
I'm not saying you can't, but I'm just saying for like to set the tone. Watch the first season of the second season. Even just that first sketch.
First episode of the second season. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you can go back and watch the first season. That's fine. But that will just like if you don't find that funny.
Turn it off and kill yourself. No,
don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do
that.
But
it just set the tone. Then when you watch the first season, and then you hit that second season again, and you watch that one again, oh my gosh, killer, so funny.
Did I tell you I was watching Watch the Sound? I think I did, right?
Sounds familiar.
I mean, the show that explains like auto-tune and
yes, you did. We talked about John Lennon's son or whatever.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, that was last episode.
I haven't finished that. I've only done 3 episodes. I'm on the middle of the 4th one. I haven't finished. I was also watching some Robot Chicken, but that's one you really have to watch. You can't do it in the background very much.
No, because all the gags are visual.
Yeah, and quick, right?
Yeah, you blink, you'll miss it. Especially like some of those things are, it's like a 5-second spot.
Yeah.
And then it's over.
Yeah.
And it's nothing is said. It's just they're doing something, and that's funny. How many seasons does Robot Chicken have? It's only like 5, right? 3 or 4 or 5, something like that. Or did they continue?
They're on season 11.
Oh gosh, I'm so far behind then.
Yeah.
I was watching Robot Chicken back in college.
What year did it come out? 2000. Where is it? It doesn't say here. I'm surprised. I will find out because I have to know things that don't matter.
That's a show I associate that with college.
2005 it came out.
Because I think
I was done college.
I was watching South Park. That's when I really got into South Park then. 2006, 2007 is when I was in college. So, yeah. And Robot Chicken. Those are the 2 shows I just associate with that time.
I graduated college 2004.
Man. I was a late bloomer, okay?
Are you younger than me? I can't remember.
I'm 34.
So you are younger. I'm 37 now.
Oh gosh, you're so old.
I know. It's
That's
terrible.
funny.
It's terrible.
That's funny.
Can't even. And half our listeners are like, "You guys are young. Shut up."
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Man, that's funny.
I had to use calculator to make sure my age is right.
You know what? I've been feeling the same way. Someone asked me the other day how old I was, and I had to stop and think about it.
Yeah. I do that every time.
And I'm just like, is this what being old feels like?
I think I told you, but there's 2 guys on my team that are 10 years younger than me.
Jeez. And they're talking
Just,
about. Oh yeah, what didn't you say last episode? Someone was asking you about the Walkman and the Discman.
Yes, yeah, that was one of these 2 guys. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Him and I have some good conversations about weird stuff like that. I've literally turned to him more than twice and said, "You like weird stuff. You might find this interesting," and then tell him about an article I read or some weird thing that I learned.
Some random
And
thing.
every time him and I just have conversations about it.
Man, conversations at work. What's that like?
Yeah. You
I just
wouldn't
talk to
know.
myself, but that just looks weird.
I should give you my phone number and you can just call me. I'll be outside flying drones and you can be driving a truck. Today while I was flying drones, I was listening to the entire discography of Scatman John, who sings the song
I'm the
Scat
Scatman.
Man.
Yeah.
Such a good song though. I actually
that one.
yeah. So
okay.
my cousin messaged me and my other group of friends on Discord, and he said he was at home with his kids and they were listening to some music, and he put on Scatman for them, and the kids loved it. So then I started talking to him about, like, I haven't tried that with my kids yet. They're probably gonna love it too. They listen to Daft Punk and what else have we played? I can't remember what else. Oh, Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Die, Eiffel 65.
Eiffel 65, yeah.
They love it. They love those songs.
Yeah.
All of them. So I played Scatman tonight and they loved it. But
Yeah.
I the next morning I had to watch the Scatman music video because I had never seen the music video and hadn't heard the song in a while. So I sent that video out to the guys in the group as well. And then recommended from YouTube was this documentary about the singer from Scatman. I've always wondered, first of all, it sounds like he has a bit of an accent. He doesn't. I always wondered what scat actually meant, right? Because scat can be a term that means poop.
Yeah.
But in the context he's using it in, it's a type of singing in jazz. Where you're basically rapping with sounds.
Okay.
So that's what he's doing when he does the wee bop 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 do, all that stuff. So that's where it comes from, and that's his musical history. But there was 2 documentaries that were made by basically, one was a YouTuber and one was like a university student who did it for a project, that they actually got archival footage of interviews with him from his wife and stuff. But he passed away at he got popular in 94, 95 for Scatman. And then he did like 4 albums in a row and passed away on tour of lung cancer during the tour for the last album because he didn't take care of himself. He was told to don't go do concerts, and he still did because he was just like, having a heyday, loving his life, because he always felt, I know this is getting really deep into it, but he had a stutter. He has a stutter when he talks, but when he sings, it's not as bad. And he's done jazz his whole life, and then he started doing the scat singing, and that helps even more with his stutter. So anyway, pretty cool.
Cool.
Really interesting story. And if I was a person with a stutter, like, that's inspirational. Like,
Yeah.
I'd watch interviews with him more if I had, like, that kind of attachment or something.
Yeah.
But really cool.
That's a good song.
And he has a positive outlook on everything. He's just a happy person. Even, I think they said when he was dying, he said he's happy he's done everything he could have, like, more than he could have imagined with his career, that he got so successful, but also just life. He was, married with kids and happy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. That's good. At least he was.
At 57 years old.
It's tragic, but it's kind of like a happy tragic,
Yeah.
That's cool.
So that's what I did today. Was I listened to like all of his albums while I was flying
That's funny.
in the work van.
Cool. Yeah, I think I played Scatman for the kids here. I do all like the old like 95, 96 Dance Mix 95
Yeah.
CDs, whatever, and I
Yeah.
put those on. Um, Venga Bus is the one my kids are really
That's
into
a
right
good
now.
one. Yeah. That is a good one.
So that's, and we do Venga Bus, we do Sandstorm. The kids like Sandstorm.
Oh, yeah. My daughter loves Final Countdown.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Loves it.
My youngest loves Crazy Frog, so that's where I'm at.
Yes. Crazy Frog, too. Crazy Frog is good.
I found
We
the
have a Crazy Frog album. We
yeah, so
picked
do
up
I.
at the thrift
I found one in
store,
the garbage
5 years ago.
Oh man, but yeah, it's anything kind of dance mixy is pretty much where they're at right now. You try to put like rock music on, they're like, what is this?
Yeah.
I want to.
My son gets a little interested in it. He has this those Paper Jams guitars,
Oh yeah, I've been thinking about getting
Like
one of
a-
those for my kid.
and it plays like Born to Be Wild
Okay.
and Smoke on the Water. I can't remember what else, but it has just a couple songs on it, like 3 or 4 songs, and just like parts of the song. And he likes playing with that. He hasn't for a couple years now, but he loved it. And if his cousin comes over, his cousin plays actual guitar and just like 2.5 years older than him, and he always plays with it. So as soon as he starts playing it, then my son wants to play it again and like loves the songs.
Yeah. Have you ever shown your son like concert footage of those songs being played?
No.
That would be kind of like put it on the big screen and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, this is the song you're playing and this is what they're doing, like with
That
the
would be pretty
pyrotechnics and whatever. And
Yeah.
yeah, I'm waiting for my oldest to get to that age and I can blow his mind.
Yeah.
So then it won't be, 3D fish trying to eat him, Oh,
Did
man.
I finish, or did I tell you that I finished the kids' playground or not? I think that was. It's been a
No.
while.
No.
Oh, okay. I told you I was building one, right?
The last I heard, you were going to build one. You had
Okay.
idea of what you wanted to do to build one. That was the last I heard.
Okay.
And you were
So
still looking for slides.
Oh, okay. So I got 2 slides, one from my mom and one for free on Facebook Marketplace
Okay.
out of New Hamburg. So it was like a 15-minute drive or whatever.
Yeah.
Just on the side of the road at someone's house. So yeah, I built it. It is complete.
Good.
There's one board I want to paint still and put up just to, as a, make sure they don't fall through this crack kind of thing.
Yeah.
I just sent you a picture of
Okay.
it.
Yeah. Cool.
So it's basically like 6 posts in the ground that are 4x4s. I built floors, put on the 2 slides. I put on a rope ladder. I built my own ladder on that side. And then on the back side, I built a rock climbing wall for them.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. I don't have any pictures of the rock climbing wall there.
No,
but
that's fine. I've seen one.
it was a lot of work. I was really tired a lot. And it was also fun at the same time. And also a good experience for me trying to do that, since I'd never done a woodworking project that big before. And woods probably was the most expensive it's ever been at the time that I bought the wood.
That's what I was gonna
And
say.
of course,
is
it's
how much
coming
does a
down
wood
now.
cost?
Yeah, the wood was $700.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then plus nails, plus all the rock climbing stuff. I sent you a picture of the rock climbing wall.
Yeah,
as
that
well.
looks cool.
The straps are on it just for me to help carry it.
Yeah.
So I built it. I mocked it up first. Then we took it all apart and painted that wood, because that plywood is not pressure treated.
Yeah. I was gonna say just.
But all the
plywood,
2x4s and 4x4s and the flooring that I put in is all pressure treated stuff. We're probably gonna paint it again, or paint it anyway next year. My dad had said when you do pressure treated, you should leave it to weather for a year so it can get rid of the outer layer of the oily bit
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
He's been doing woodworking and construction for years, so
Yeah.
he knows his stuff.
Cool.
Yeah. So that is what that is.
That's way bigger than mine.
Yeah, it's what is it? 8 feet by 4 feet. And then the height at the highest point is, I don't remember now. 7 feet? I don't remember.
Okay. How high is the slide? The biggest slide?
That is 4.5 feet off the ground.
4.5 feet. Okay. Yeah.
I think so. Or
That's
5.
about
I
the
can't remember.
size. I think mine is about 4 feet off the ground.
I designed the whole thing on the computer first using SketchUp, which
Okay.
is a free tool that used to be owned by Google but is now owned by another company. But it works fine.
Yeah.
I like it. It also has a warehouse of, they call it what do they call it now? 3D warehouse? Anyway, you can get pre-made stuff too, so you can get ideas from other people's designs or like actual commercial projects. Or I actually just grabbed some slides out of there to get an idea, and then you can import people as well, so you can see what the height of a person would be or height of a child, that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay. That's interesting or useful.
Yeah. Yeah, so I also found someone had already put in like 2x4s and 4x4s because they're not really actually 2x4 or 4x4.
No, yeah.
They're 3.5 by 3.5, and yeah. So yeah,
Cool.
playground.
Looks good. Just in time for
It
winter.
was a lot of work. It was a ton of work.
Yeah.
Very frustrated.
The one I built was just, I sent you a picture of mine, right? It's just a platform with like a ladder going up the side of it.
I don't remember.
I think I sent it to you on Twitter.
Okay.
On our messages. Yeah, it's about 4.5 feet up. I did not use SketchUp. I just basically, I took some measurements and I just, like I've worked with wood for forever. So I just kind of did it off the top of my head. Just, okay, this here, done. Measurements.
Yeah,
cuts.
part of it was also to figure out how much wood to buy.
Yeah, that's the thing. And so I was just using wood that I'd pulled out of the garbage for however long. And I was like, okay, this is what I have. What can I make with this?
Yeah.
Because I did not want to spend money. It was the height of wood prices as well. So
Yeah. I bought extra because I'm like, I don't want to be short. I'd rather have too much.
you can always use it for something else.
So I have some in the backyard still. I think I'm going to like build one of those little libraries or something probably.
Oh, okay.
Especially since it's pressure treated wood. It would be nice to have
Yeah.
pressure treated for the little library because it'll stand up better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. You kids like it?
They love it. Yeah. I wish they'd use it every day, but and they were for the first week or two.
Yeah.
Now it's trickled off to less, but they still love it and they still use it. I'm glad I built it big enough for my son to play on it as well, right?
Yeah.
Because he's like 8 now.
Yeah. My kids played on mine for, I will say, a week, and now they barely touch it. So I'm just like, I should just take this down and reclaim this wood for other projects. So
Something for yourself instead.
yeah, like because I also built like a swing set in the backyard.
Okay.
No, I didn't build the whole set. I basically took a 2x4 and then screwed it into 2 trees that are in the bag.
Okay. Yep.
Just enough. Well, 2x4s together to kind of make like a 4x4, and then put that into the tree, and then made a swing seat. Got some rope, attached the rope.
Yeah.
Very, very simple, but anyways,
Yeah, ours is
they played on that for
attached
like
to
they played on that for like a week, and then now they don't touch it. What's the
See,
point?
my kids still play on the swing set every once in a while, so
Yeah. If my kid
At their
thinks about
ages.
it, then they sometimes they do it. But
yeah. We do have a swing set there. It's actually another thing we got off Kijiji, I
Okay.
think. Someone
can-
had it at their house.
I can see it in that
Pick
picture
it-
there.
Yeah. Like pick it up and you can have it for, you take it down yourself and you can have it for like $35, I think it was, or something like that. I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
But we've had that since my son was a baby. And
Oh,
the
wow.
slide itself is like destroyed. So that's part of the reason for making this as well, is because the slide on it was destroyed. So I tore the slide off and just moved the swing set over and bumped it up against the playground that I built. So
Yeah. Gives a little more support for it too. For the
Yeah.
swing set, not the.
I think I don't have them touching right now. I think I have a gap in between because the swing set moves a little. It's not nailed down or anything.
Not yeah. That's what I mean. Like you get the kids swinging on there pretty quick. Those things like to
Yeah.
sway back
My
and
son
forth.
gets scared before that.
Okay, that's good.
When I get on it, then it starts swinging.
That's funny. Oh man.
You buying limited run games lately?
No, I'm mad at them.
What for?
Cause I talked about it in my pickup video. I'm mad because I didn't get my Super Meat Boy Vita version. Cause it sold out so freaking fast.
Hmm. I think I
So,
know I watched your video, but I barely remember that. I think I was
yeah,
doing work at the same time.
I don't blame you. Um, yeah, I don't know. Something like that. No, Limited Run sent me a thing like a 5-year coin, basically. Like if you bought
Yeah.
their first Vita game and you were still actively buying games, they sent you a 5-year coin in a
Yep.
Vita case, right?
Yep. I saw that in your video.
I wish for like, because Vita releases are basically dead now. Like you're not getting any new Vita games.
Yeah.
I wish they would have almost offered it to those people first. 'Cause
Yeah.
those were the people, like, especially if you have a limited.
The problem is, those could all be scalpers.
And I doubt that it would. I
But
mean,
then
you could
again-
limit it to one per person that got one of those,
Yeah.
right? Like,
yeah.
whatever, you get one to scalp, no big deal. What do you think everyone else is doing? It's
That's the issue. Yeah.
they were limited to one anyway. So, I just kind of, I know
Yeah. At least your devoted fans get it first. Would be the point of that. I get it.
exactly. And I mean, I was there on time, like literally. So they have 2 batches. One that releases 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then one at 6 EST. And then the one at 10, I was like a minute late, already sold out. I'm like, okay, it's limited run. I understand. Like a minute, probably too long. So I waited till the 6 release. At 6, I hit refresh, and like it was already sold out. They marked it at sold out at 6. Like just there was not even a chance for me to get it. I was like, this is ridiculous. And it's probably mostly bots. And I've heard later that maybe Limited Run does that to confuse the bots. They will mark it as sold out first, and then they release it.
Oh.
So
Interesting.
I may have had a chance to get it if I just waited and kept refreshing, but
There is a copy on eBay.
yeah, that's
Someone
not
has the price at
$300.
$15,000.
Yeah, there's always those people.
What are we? And there's 32 watchers. Why?
Those aren't the prospective buyers. Those are people who are like,
Those are-
let's
yeah.
see if this goes.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, the cheapest one is like 260 or best offer.
Yeah, they're going for
Canadian.
300 plus basically.
Well, it's 260 Canadian.
That's come down. Last time I checked it, but they were 300.
Okay.
So I'll just wait.
Yeah,
Hopefully they'll
just
come out.
Spend some of your moldy money. Or wait until after the Niagara game swap.
Ooh, yeah, good segue. Go ahead. I'll let you take that one.
I don't remember the details. November 7th?
November
in
7th.
St. Catharines, Ontario. There's going to be a game swap. The first game swap around here for quite a while now.
Actually, there's 2 happening before that. One's happening this weekend in Cambridge.
Oh, you did send me a picture of
No,
that.
and that one,
No,
and then there's another one in Stratford happening
Stratford you sent me. Okay.
later
There's a Cambridge one again?
this weekend.
Because Cambridge one I thought was canceled. Like they I
This
thought the
isn't-
organizers said they weren't doing it anymore.
It's not the CGCC or whatever it was.
Okay.
This
okay.
is like a different, just a retro game swap.
Interesting.
But they're calling it like retro computer, whatever, retro PC or whatever. But it's all the same stuff.
Now I want to go.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
and so the main point of the Niagara one is me and Josh will both be selling there.
that's right. We're coming out of our COVID slumbers.
Assuming nothing changes before then.
Yes, if everything goes well, everything's changed, or nothing's changed, and things are going well, then yeah, we're gonna be there and try and sell it. I've got too much stuff.
Carpool?
It depends if your wife's coming with you or not.
Oh no, she is. Yeah, you're right.
So
She did say she would. And my parents said they'd watch my kids.
we're probably
Yeah. I
you
forgot
probably
about
need the
that.
space.
Well, let me know if you need more, if you need some stuff brought down for you too, because we'll be taking the Highlander, and that thing's got a lot of room.
That's fair. Yeah. So I'll probably bring my hatchback and just throw the seats down, and I'll have plenty of room. So
Depends how much stuff you got.
that's true.
I did get 2 tables.
You know what?
I paid you, right?
Yes, you did. I also got 2 tables.
Oh, you did get 2 tables? Nice.
And
great.
Ted, Player's Guide on YouTube and Twitch, Player's Guide.
The organizer.
The organizer of the event has kindly put us together so we don't have to yell across the room at each other. So.
Yeah. I'm planning on bringing some modified Xbox consoles and hopefully put one on display as I've done in the past.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Because that has been... There's been times where shows in Barrie where that's been my main source of income for the show. Yeah, and there's been other times where it's sold almost nothing or just one, I think.
Yeah. Now, I don't know, maybe do you want to share how much you sell those for in case anyone listening is interested?
Yeah, I don't remember what I was selling them for last time. I have sold them for like as low as $65, I think, modified with a bigger hard drive and then like 4,000 games on it.
That's the friends and family discount?
I don't remember. No, I sold one on Kijiji for 60. That's terrible. But I think that's like, I wasted my time at that point.
Yeah.
But I think 85 was the last time I was selling them at a GameSwap. $85
you
each.
sold
or
one,
if it's the crystal ones, I
one,
did
yeah.
150.
I was going to say, you sold one at the last... We went to the Niagara not the last one, but the Niagara Swap.
Here it is right
a while
here,
ago.
yep.
And I remember you selling one for, I think it was 150.
Yeah, 150, yep.
Yeah. I was like, definitely more than $60 or $80. So
yeah. So the crystal ones are already rare. They sell for $100 pretty much any time. But because I've got it modded with a bigger hard drive, and that one had 250 gig hard drives. I have a lot of those that are brand new, thanks to another friend of ours that hooked me up.
You can give him a shout out. Maybe he's listening.
I don't even know if he wants me to say that I got them from him. Because I believe he obtained them through his work, who was going to dispose of them.
Oh,
and I don't know if it was totally allowed or not. That's true. He doesn't work there anymore. That's a good point. Anyway, it was James. RetroPixel. So he hooked me up with I think it was 60 hard drives. Like, that's just nuts.
Yeah.
I could go on eBay and turn around and sell those things for like probably... I think because they're brand new, I probably could have got over $1,000 when I first got them.
Really?
Yeah. I got them for significantly less.
That's not $1,000. That's not $1,000 each, by the way. That's $1,000 total.
Yeah, for all the drives.
Yeah.
But I got them for a lot less.
Yeah, I think I remember you saying that price.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
crazy. But yeah,
basically,
it's a good
paying me for my time to mod it, essentially.
I have one of your modded Xboxes. Or you modded my Xbox, I should say.
Yeah, I modded yours, yeah.
So, thank you.
I did that for a guy in Toronto one time. He came on public transit from Toronto to Kitchener, brought his Xbox with him, dropped it off here, then went home to Toronto, and then came back 2 weeks later and picked up the modded Xbox.
Why wouldn't you just wait around for
I think he had family here or something.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't have time to do it right away because it does take about 12 hours to copy the games over.
Okay.
Because you have to do it through the network.
Yeah.
And it's only 10100 network there. It's 100 megabit.
Did it take that long when I did it with you, or did I come back the next day to pick it up? Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
So it's 85 gigs divided by 100 megabit. I'm pretty sure. No, I can't remember the math here. 100 divided by 8, 12 and a half megabytes a second. So you take 800 or 85,000 divided by 12.5. So 6,000. Is that right? Divided by 60 seconds divided by minutes. No, that's not right. My math is off. I did the math once, and I've also done the copy
yeah, you've probably done it enough times.
At least 20 times. So
yeah.
I think I have a backup and serial numbers written down for everyone I've modified. So,
so if you're in Ontario and you're willing to come out of your shell, provided everything is safe, come on out to Niagara Swap and come and see us. That's
Yep.
okay. That's
COVID
okay.
protocols will be in place. I wonder if they're going to be doing the new certificate, whatever thingamajigger now.
I think
went-
those are only for people who are like staying. Like if you're gonna do something, well, that's true. I don't know if you're gonna be in an area for a long.
I just ate in a restaurant. I just ate in Lancaster today,
Yeah,
and they required you to
Yes,
show
because it's a
proof
restaurant.
of second vaccination.
that's
Okay.
if you're like restaurants or theaters, someplace where you're gonna be sitting for a long period of time
Okay.
or be in an area for a long period of time. This I'm not sure because
Well, you could be in the swap the whole time. Nobody's
true.
kicking you out.
that's true. I don't know. Ted, if you're
Yeah.
listening, please let us know. Curious. not that I would really care, but I was just curious.
Yeah, I'm curious what the protocols will be as well. But
So, I guess I need to find how to get that vaccine passport. I don't have mine printed.
so you can't get the passport yet until the app exists. We're talking Ontario specific here for anyone listening. But all you need is your receipt for your second vaccination,
Okay.
along with photo ID.
Oh, okay.
And
So you can just print.
restaurants
Can
let
you
you
just
in.
show them your email that you got?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
I just showed them the PDF. Yep.
Okay.
The PDF is attached to the email too, so you don't even need to go to the website to get it.
Yeah.
Apparently, the website was down the other day when they made it required for the first day.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
everyone was hitting it hard, probably. Government
Exactly,
website, not.
Yeah.
Oh.
Slowest servers possible.
Yeah.
I actually find the government of Canada and Ontario websites are pretty decent, but until they're, basically denial of service attacked by all the people trying to get to them.
Yeah, pretty much. So.
So, I also, within the last month, did a computer building stream,
Ah, yes, I was there for some of it.
which you were there for. So I did a live stream on Twitch. My cousin had bought. I found a video card for him. A coworker of mine had gone to a local computer store and has been going there like every couple weeks to try and get a video card since they're so hard to get. And he found one in stock and bought it for himself, and then told me about it when he got back to the office. And I said, "Oh, well, my cousin wants a video card. I'll ask him." So I asked him. He's like, "Yes, I'll absolutely pay retail price for a video card." So I went and got him a 1060 Ti for retail price, and then my cousin's like, "Well, I guess I should upgrade the rest of my computer now too," because he was running a fourth generation i5 processor. So that's like, I don't even know how many years old that is at this point.
No, sorry, did you say a 1060 Ti?
Sorry, 3060 Ti.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I thought
I probably said it, but I probably said it too fast.
Okay, because I was like, if a 1060 Ti, that's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's 3060 Ti. And the processor he was running was from 2017
Okay.
is when they... Oh, no, that's discontinuance. So 2013 is when it launched. So let's just say he got it 2014, 2015 probably.
Yeah. Old enough that you should upgrade.
Yeah, I mean, it's a PC. You don't have to. He's playing games fine, but the biggest thing is he wants to be able to do more VR. He bought my old Vive headset off me.
Okay.
Actually, he never bought mine. He bought one that I got off Kijiji. I got one off Kijiji, but it was missing a base stations, so I bought the base stations separate, I believe. Man, I can't remember how that goes. It's all in my spreadsheet. I just can't remember how it goes. So I sold it to him for essentially exactly what I paid. No, it was missing power cords. That's what it was. I got it off Kijiji, which I think I might have told you at the time from an old
it sounds
guy I met
familiar.
at a Tim Hortons. And it was his son had passed away. Does that sound familiar or not?
It sounds familiar, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, the power cords for the base stations, which are the sensors in the wall, were missing. So I had to order those online, and they were hard to find because they sell expensive. Maybe
Yeah.
only one was missing power. Yeah, one was missing power cord. Anyway, that was for my cousin. We came over. We built wore masks, but built a computer for me or for him in my basement here. I'm being messaged by my people, my Valheim people.
I was gonna say,
I wonder if they're saying it's broke. They're saying it's broke.
I was gonna say, is it
Broke.
my people talking to your people? Is that...
Yeah. All
Cool.
right.
Yeah, so you built the whole
I-
thing, and then
Yeah. So while building the computer, my cousin thought it would be a good idea to put both video cards in the computer while reusing his old power supply. And we turned it on, and big pop.
That's quite audible. It's
Yeah, you could hear it on the stream. It's clipped on my Twitch.
Yeah.
It was a stressful moment.
So go to what is
say
it?
the least.
Twitch.djchew or
Twitch.djchew.
whatever it is.
Twitch.tv/djchew.
Yeah, twitch.tv/djchew.
Yeah, and then under my clips, you can see the exact moment of heartbreak when we realized that something died. We didn't know what it was right away. He had a strong suspicion it was going to be the power supply because that was the one of the components that we reused. But at the same time, when something dies in a computer, on a power supply even, you don't know whether it killed something else or not.
Yeah, it takes some with it.
So we tried my power supply in his PC. I think we tried his video card in mine first to make sure it was good. Yeah, we did. We then took my perfectly working computer, brought it over to where we were testing and building his, put his video card in my computer to make sure it wasn't dead because it was brand new and he just, it's rarer than unicorns.
Yeah.
And it was good. And then we tried my whole power supply. So I had to rip my whole power supply out of my PC, put it into his, and tried that all live on stream. And with people commenting the whole time. All good things, I'm sure. And so it turned out that the power supply was his issue. He went home a few days later, bought a power supply, put everything together, and it was good.
That's good. It could have been much worse. Yeah, if that was his video card, that would have been a sad moment.
Yeah. That was stressful to say the least, and I didn't foot the money for it. Well, actually, technically, the video card he's paying me back slowly for. So.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's the big fear with building a PC. Like I've considered trying, because I need to get a PC
we
for
should
my wife.
Definitely do that on stream.
We can. I need to get some parts first, but
yeah,
I don't want to. I just want to get like used parts. She doesn't need anything crazy. She's just doing word processing and.
Yeah, you talked about even getting her a tablet or something.
Yeah, well, she has an iPad, but it's not quite what she needs. She needs a little bit more. So.
Yep.
I got some parts laying around. If I can find some more parts somewhere and piece them all together if possible and make it work. Make a Franken computer.
That's my expertise.
So,
my forte.
There we go.
I got like one sitting right here.
We'll pull,
how fast does she need? This one might work.
We'll pull resources. We'll figure it out. But yeah, every time I look at streams, I watch people build PCs. I'm like, oh yeah, I could do that. And then what you do, what happened to you, comes in my head. I'm just like, oh no.
Yeah, that was not. To say the least, it was not supposed to happen. But I never expected that to happen.
Yeah. That's funny.
Like my cousin, who I was building the computer for and was there with me, he is one of the, I'm going to say, hackiest computer builders I've ever seen. I think I've helped him build every computer he's ever owned, but there's always something he later changes, usually the case, that he finds out doesn't fit, so he has to modify it in some bad way. Or while we're building it, I'll be like, usually when we were upgrading his computer, it's when we're in the middle of a LAN party, which is a gathering of people that bring their computers together to play games in the same house.
Yeah.
And usually he's like, oh, I'm just going to upgrade this. Or I sell him my old part, so he's getting it from me now. And he's going to put it in his computer at the LAN party, but he needs my help. So he usually ends up jerry-rigging something. Like, okay, I'll just drill a hole here to mount this fan. It's like, no, don't do that. Just get the right size fan. And I was surprised that the problem we ran into wasn't something related to something he had modified or broken. As far as I know, he didn't modify the power supply. And after that stream, I took the power supply apart and found that it was a resistor inside that blew. And I don't know exactly how it works. I have a basic understanding of power supplies, but computer power supplies are pretty complicated to be efficient.
Yeah.
But I don't know what part of it is this is. I know it's obviously a specific use. I think it's like a filter capacitor with a resistor for some reason. I don't know. But either way, we overloaded it somehow. But he is already having issues with his computer with blue screening, so it might have been the power supply might have been weak to begin with. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens. That was my old computer. I was having so many issues with it. It wouldn't blue screen. It would just freeze.
Okay.
Like
Which is often power supply.
Yeah. But I'm using the same power supply now, and it's fine, so go figure.
Your new parts could be more power efficient.
That could
possible.
be. Yeah.
Or you've just never pushed them hard enough.
I mean, I'm doing the same thing I was before, right? Like, I feel like I'm doing more than I was.
Yeah, let's say the computer usually processors require more and more power. But
yeah.
Still, there can be more efficient.
I mean, I'm running 3 screens, so that's more than more than I ever did the other one. So
that barely takes anything. You can get USB adapters that do that.
Hey, man.
So his old power supply is going to become a soldering fume extractor for me soon.
Oh, how does that work?
I've taken it all apart, taken out the board, and I'm just going to reuse the fan, put in a carbon filter, and run a tube from it to suck away the fumes when I'm soldering.
Oh, okay.
Just because it's the right size for me for what I was going to do with something. I was going to build something to do that anyway. I've only been meaning to build a solder extractor since like 2001.
Well, it's about time, It's been
right.
It's been 20 years.
Yeah.
The parts are more efficient now.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I do feel like I'm talking a lot in this episode.
That's good. I know what I always feel like I'm talking too much.
I have another story still.
All right, let's hear it. Unless you want to space it out, it's up to you.
I don't know. You got anything else to say?
Well, I remember I'm stumbling over my words right now. I'm not.
So I should just take
I'm
over.
not drinking beer. Yeah, let the pro take it over. I had to get a pipe fixed in my house.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember I was talking to you about? I had a tree root going through the pipe. Did I tell this story?
I think you might have.
Did I tell you how it's been fixed?
No.
Okay. Well, we finally got it fixed. Now, thankfully, I live in a condo. This is the only good thing about a condo is that anything outside the house I don't own, and that's the condo's property, and the condo has to deal with it, not me. Thank goodness, because this thing was such a pain in the butt. My family couldn't live in the house for a day, like one overnight, basically, because they shut.
Okay.
We had to shut the water off because they were cutting the pipe, and then we can't have water running out there, type thing. So, we had to move our front steps. We have like a cast concrete porch with the steps going up. So we had to take those out, dig out underneath the porch, cut the pipe, put the new pipe in. It was a full day process. I went to work, so I didn't really see any of it.
Yeah.
But it was just
should have done a GoPro on time lapse.
I guess I should have. But when they came one day to move the step. So that's one reason we had to move out of the house, is because
you can't get in and
we
out.
can't get out of the house. We have a back door.
Could have gone through the garage too.
We don't have a door into the house from the garage. It's just.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's just the garage. It's in the garage.
Okay.
We do have a back door, but we can't lock it from the outside. We can only lock it from the inside.
Oh.
So when the family left, I was the last one to leave.
Sliding door. That's the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So they left out the back, and then I had to basically Spider-Man my way out the front door and lock the door from the front.
I hurt myself. No hurting yourself.
No, I was fine this time. But then I had to. They stayed at her parents' house, and I was gonna stay, but I was like, you know what? The dog is still at their at the house. I gotta let him out. I'm just gonna stay at home, and I gotta get up early. I don't want to wake the whole house up when I'm up early. So
Yeah.
I'm like, it's just an overnight. Like I'll just go and sleep at home, and I'll be fine. So
Besides, an overnight alone is not a bad thing.
no, it's fine.
Just play some video games.
I didn't even have
Make
that
some
much
craft
time.
dinner.
I was so tired. Oh man! But then I had to like spider my way back into the house.
Yeah, that sounds actually kind of fun. Dangerous but fun.
Dangerous but fun. All right, but this part is fine. Like whatever, it's a house is a house, and fixing it is it's done. What's really crazy about this is I didn't. I guess again, like I said, thankful for condos. Do you want to take a guess at how much you think it cost to fix a pipe? At
$1,200.
1,200. That's your guess.
That's my guess.
Higher. It was $16,700.
No, somebody's doing an insurance scam there.
It cost $4,000 alone to move the porch.
What did they move it with?
Like a boom. They had to bring because it's concrete. It's a giant concrete thing, right? You can't just pick it up.
Yeah, but you could roll it or something, shim it and slide it.
$4,000 just to move.
How do they build the pyramids?
They charge.
Seriously,
They charge.
I could have done it for $30
Okay.
in marbles.
I told the condo people, I'm just like I'm in the wrong business. Like if you would have paid me $4,000 to move that, I would have gone and rented a Mini X, and I would have struggled with it for the day. But if you were gonna pay me $4,000, that's worth it for a day with trouble. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous.
Honestly, pulling it out would be easier than putting it back.
Well, so the $4,000 included putting it back, I think. Actually,
I would hope so.
I'm not sure if it did, to be honest. I can't remember. It's been a while.
Oh my lord.
This happened, by the way, like 2 months ago. So like the podcast when we had the R3 podcast on Ramble Repeat. That's the month that happened. I didn't want to tell the story then because it was just kind of
Gotcha.
not relevant to that podcast, but it was it's been a while. But yeah, it's got a railing on it on the porch that's connected to the roof, there's a bit of support there. So just to get some 2x4s to support the roof where they took that railing out, $200 to put a piece of wood there.
Yeah.
Like it's insane.
Wood's expensive, but that's still like $25. That's not that bad. But then the labor to do it.
Yeah, just to push it under basically and hold it up.
Yeah.
Just things like that.
No, they got screwed.
So it's pretty crazy. Now, I didn't have to pay for this. But again, being in a condo, I have to pay condo fees. We figured out that after this payment has gone in, now I think this was again a couple months ago, after they paid the $16,700, we are officially condo fee positive. We've used more condo fees than we paid at this point. So totally worth it. It's been paid. I think we've still got a couple more months before we use the rest of it up. So that's
interesting.
Yeah, it was crazy. The worst part was just a mess. Like our front yard is still just a mud pit. Like there's no grass. So we have to deal with the condo board to be like, hey, are you guys gonna fix this grass? Like what's going on? They finally talked to the landscaping company to come and fix it. We had the plumber that came through the house. I don't know what they were doing, but they did not. Not that I expect them to take their shoes off when they're walking through the house, but if your shoes are muddy, I would expect at least a little, like a bit of a courtesy, like, hey, like muddy footprints all throughout the house. Like from the door.
Did I tell you about the plumber that I had?
No, I don't think so.
I never told you about any of my flood issues.
I think I've heard about the flood issue, but not.
Or the basement flooded because
it was because
the kids flushed the toilets and the
yes, you did tell me that part. Yeah.
So at that point, we had a plumber come in, and he put little like boot covers on his boots.
Okay. Yeah.
Just so you know,
Yeah.
it was Mr. Reuter. So they definitely do.
Yeah. Well, this was like, I guess this was like bottom of the barrel plumbers, I guess. The worst part was, okay, so muddy footprints from like the front door all the way down the hall, down the stairs, all the way into the laundry room, you know, checking the drain, scoping, you know, whatever. Okay, I can understand you didn't take your boots off. Whatever, I can deal with it. It's not the end of the world. It's on the floor. I can wash the floor. They didn't take their muddy gloves off.
Oh.
So we had mud just randomly on the walls, on door handles, on doors, in our bathroom, on the like toilet paper rolls, on the flush, on the sink, on the faucets, on the walls in the bathroom. Like there was just like my wife and I spent 2 hours cleaning up just from the plumber being in the house.
Yeah, charge them.
That's what I want to do. I'm like, I'm gonna send you a bill. Like if you're gonna charge however, like, but I was just like, if this is the price we have to pay for not having to fix it ourselves and not have to pay for it ourselves, although we did technically. Like,
yeah.
What I mean, it could be a lot worse. But I was just so perturbed about the whole thing. That was almost my first swear. I almost swore right there. I was so mad.
Perturbed?
It was going to be another word, but...
I was trying to find a photo, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. Because it seems like it's already cleared from the server. So I have a similar story. I told you about my flooded basement as we just discussed. And then shortly after that, my AC froze up and got the floor all wet in the basement.
Yeah, I remember you told me about that.
And last night,
oh no,
in the
rain,
terrible storm we had that rained for like 5 hours straight or more.
It rained all day yesterday and most of the night.
Yeah, well, most of the night was a lot of rain.
Yeah.
And the window well of my basement was full of water.
Oh, jeez.
2 feet deep.
Oh, no. Did it get through the
and
window?
It came through the window. My wife noticed it dripping from the window well or window sill onto a piece of plastic on her workbench or her craft bench. And then we started to panic. So this exact window leaked about 6 years ago because the window well filled with water. We had that repaired professionally.
Yeah.
It fixed it. The problem was gone. We haven't had to deal with it. Now, it appears, at the same time she noticed that, I was outside trying to figure out why the sump pump was running so much. It had been running for 3 hours, or 2 hours, an hour straight at that point, and the motor was starting to get hot.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, is it not pumping?
Yeah.
Because it didn't look like the water level was going down. So I went outside to where it runs, like it comes outside the house, goes down, and there's a clean out hole.
Yeah.
So I opened up the clean out, and I can just see water flowing through. I'm like, okay, it's working. So my next thought was get a fan on the motor to cool it down, because I don't want that thing to die.
No.
That was way too much water. We would have totally hosed.
Yeah.
So do that, and then as I come inside to do that, my wife says the window well is full of water, and I go outside and start bucketing the water out.
Jeez.
I get the water pretty much all out, and notice water is flowing in at an alarming rate. Because it appears the sump pump is pumping water directly into the window well.
What? Wow.
It seems like from talking to people so far, the two things should be connected underground.
Yeah.
The window well drains into storm drain runoff that goes to the street.
Okay.
And the sump pump should drain to the exact same place.
Okay.
but something must be blocking
I
it.
was gonna
That
say
the water
it's
couldn't
blockage
go
and it's
down.
coming back up.
You can do a weeping bed where it weeps into the ground and it will drain through the ground, but he's pretty sure that in town it would be going to the storm drain.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with the plumbing issue that we had last time, where they ran the camera down and I could see that at one point near the road there was a low spot. The city had called me back that night to say, did you get everything sorted out, or do you need us to do anything with our end of the pipe?
Yeah.
And I said, well, we got it cleaned out. It was the problem. The clog was on my end, but we did notice there's a low point on your end, which could become a problem later. So he said, okay, we'll get someone to come out and run a camera down and look at it. Well, a week went by, nothing. Then another week went by, and my wife noticed someone from the city on the street. Then another week went by, she noticed someone else spray painting where like water lines are with blue paint.
Yeah.
Then another week went by, we see someone spraying yellow lines. Then we see someone else spraying green lines. Another 2 weeks later. And then 2 weeks after that, or maybe 3, someone comes by and tells us they're going to block our driveway because they're digging a big hole in front of our house to repair that pipe.
Jeez.
So that took one day for them. No, it took one day for them to dig it, repair the pipe, or replace the pipe and close it up.
Yeah.
Or cover it, like they gated it off. The next day they filled it in with dirt, and then they fixed the pavement.
Yeah.
Sorry, they fixed the pavement of the road. This curb has still been gone there. It hasn't been fixed yet, and there's still a hole of dirt there and no grass fixed in one spot. And it's been, I think, like 2-3 weeks since they did the repairs, but they'll come. There's still pylons there.
Yeah.
But I'm worried, kind of hopeful, that the city screwed up my sub pump drainage to the street when they did that.
Oh, and that's where it's blocking and it's coming back up?
If it's blocked there, maybe that would explain this problem.
Yeah, because this never happened before that, right?
Because it's never happened before. The other issue when it happened 6 years ago, I know that was a problem with the drain in the window well that's normally full of gravel.
Yeah.
That was just mud and dirt.
Yeah.
And that had prevented it from draining. Well, I got it fixed correctly, and it drains. I tested it again. It drains, but it's just not going fast enough and not going where it's supposed to go, it seems.
Jeez.
So then we panicked, and we got, my brother-in-law came out with an extra pump, the submersible pump that he had.
Yeah.
Or no, his ex-brother-in-law got from his work, which is a construction company. Anyway, he brought it over, and we hooked that up as an emergency one. I also used my shop vac just before that to suck out 2 shop vac loads of water from the sump. There's also a water clean out that goes to the street, the one where we cameraed before, and I opened that up so that the water in the sump can drain out there.
Yeah.
Like the water under the foundation can drain out there as well. So that helped reduce the amount of water as well at the worst times. So last night, while the issues are happening, in order to try and get back to using my regular sump pump, because the one he brought doesn't come on and off automatically. Yeah, you have to plug it in and unplug it. Yeah. You can't run it dry, so you got to plug it in and unplug it. Takes a minute for the water to get to the top of the pump. Takes 30 seconds to drain down with that pump. So I'd have to sit there plugging it and unplugging it all night long. So we called 5 plumbers, and one of them finally called us back, and they came out last night, and they took the line from the sump pump that goes into the ground, cut it off, and ran PVC all over the road.
Oh, okay.
Like 60 feet or so of PVC just out to the road. And that repair with on-call.
Oh yeah, like emergency repair. Yeah.
Can you imagine how much? Can you guess how much that cost?
$1,200.
Not $1,200, thankfully. $675.
I was gonna say around 1,000, but
yeah. I asked him before he came, like, do you have an idea how much it's gonna cost? He said, I have to call my manager to get him to give you a quote. I said, I don't want a quote. I just want a general idea. It's like at $100, $400, $900. Like, which range is this in?
roughly.
And he said around 400. I was hoping he was going to be less than 400, but I could have done the repair myself if I had, first of all, thought about doing that, because I wasn't sure if you're even supposed to run the water to the street or not.
Yeah.
But if that's where it goes eventually, it's not a big deal. But the stores would have been just closing at that time anyway, so I would have just barely been able to do it. Plus, I would have had to learn how to glue PVC in the rain. I mean, I've done it once before.
It's not that hard. But
he had some special glue that's fast drying and hardens good, really hard. But
jeez.
Anyway, so that was last night. The issue is still there. We need to get this wall repaired. We might need to have this carpet replaced. I don't know what we're doing.
Jeez.
But the drywall is wrecked here.
And for reference,
that's trim is wrecked.
For reference, that's right by your computer.
Yeah, that's like
right behind it.
4 or 5 feet from the computer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
on the wall beside it. So, yeah, my wife's sewing desk is out because it was like dripping onto the sewing machine and stuff.
Jeez.
Yeah. I would have not liked it to hit my computer. It's pretty close. The window is there. The water came there.
Yeah, we got so much rain. It was I still have drainage issues as well. We're trying to get the condo to come and clean our eaves troughs because they're all
okay. Yeah.
Excuse me. They're right by we're right by the sidewalk in the street, so there's trees right there, and these trees like shed everything all year, like it's crazy. So the eaves are always full, and then after all this water issues we've had. The eaves, and we have a low point right by our house, right by the foundation, that was brought up to us during our home inspection, saying like you should probably get some dirt on there and pack it down and slope. Like you're supposed to slope away from the house.
Slope it, yeah.
But there's just a slight dip there. So with all the eaves trough blocked, they're overflowing and dripping, and all the water's pooling right up against the foundation.
Well, and even if you do pile up dirt, if it's dripping that much, it's gonna just erode away at it again.
Well, if it's hard packed enough, and with grass on it, it should ideally be enough to push enough of it away, right?
Okay.
Like that's the idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was not fun. But so, anyways, last night I had to go out onto the roof during that rainstorm and unclog the eaves troughs to try.
Yeah, I was outside bucketing about 50 bucket loads of water out of my window well last night in the rain. I came in before the guy showed up. I came in and changed my coat, my pants, my shirt, my underwear, and my socks.
Yeah, everything.
Because they were all soaked through, like dripping wet.
Yeah.
So. Luckily, I had good boots on, but the socks still got wet.
See, I did the. I don't have a ladder tall enough to reach my roof.
You could have called me, but not last night.
Not last night. You were busy.
I would have gave you a ladder if you came here.
No,
how high do you need? I have a 12.5 foot like.
I'm not exactly sure how high it is. I haven't measured. I just know
my telescopic.
I have a step ladder, so it's not.
Yeah.
No, I climbed out the bedroom window, onto the.
Okay.
That's how I did it in the summer. And I go out in bare feet because I find I have better traction on the shingles with my bare feet.
Yeah.
So I cleaned out the
in the rain. Bare feet on shingles in the rain.
Yeah.
On the roof of your house.
It could have very much turned into I hurt myself today, but thankfully it did not.
Yeah.
But
I would rather you'd fall off the step than that.
And I had to go up on my tippy toes to get the roof above.
Good.
That's the eaves trough that was blocked.
Okay.
As soon as I pulled that, I heard all this water rushing. I look over the edge to see it, and nothing's coming out of the downspout.
Okay.
So then I have to go to the other one. I'm like, oh, this one's blocked too. Cool. Pull this off.
Good, yeah.
And
that's almost where you need to get that cover for the downspout or for the eaves troughs. Mesh.
The mesh to cover it, but you'd have to do the whole thing, right? So
yeah.
But I can't. Yeah. I can't reach the second roof.
You're probably not supposed to make modifications to that stuff anyway, right?
I think I probably could put mesh on the eaves trough. I don't think they would care about that because it's not visible and it's not structural and it's not.
Okay.
I mean, I've screwed things into the house and I haven't told them, so I would probably get in trouble if they found out, but whatever. Some things have to be done.
Yeah.
Like house numbers. We didn't have house numbers on our house. No one could find us.
That is annoying.
So I had to build a custom, number sign and
Yeah.
put that into the wall.
I think we talked about that, didn't we?
Not on the podcast for sure, but maybe in
Okay.
private.
All right.
So, yeah, it's been fun.
Been fun.
And some
Well,
people,
my saga's not over yet.
no, not yet. Let's just say, like, I worked today and I dropped off so many bins to houses to people who are ripping up their basements because of all the flooding they had last night.
Oh.
So you're
Yeah,
not alone.
Since this pump is borrowed, I went to go get one at Canadian Tire this morning. They opened at 8. I was there at 8:25. The pump I went to go buy, there was 2 of them in stock, and when I got there, I saw a guy walking down the aisle carrying the exact pump I wanted,
Yeah.
going to the checkout.
Yeah.
And I get there and there's no more of that one. There was 2 or 3 on sale, and they were all sold out, and the rest that were left were all over $150.
Yeah.
And not the right use either. They weren't what I wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I dropped a bin off today to a guy who said that he'd bought the house. The house had a crack in the foundation. He knew that when he bought it. He just thought he could get to it faster. And he's just like,
Yeah.
he dropped it. He came out and he's just like, I have to get out of the house. Like, it smells like dead bodies in there.
Oh God.
Because he was ripping up the floor. The water came through the foundation. It's sitting underneath. So whoever built and or renovated had like so they have the concrete, then they have a very like the most minimal, it's an older house, so like minimal subfloor, if anything, vinyl on top of that.
Oh.
And then they put
good.
plywood and then the other floor on top. So it was probably vinyl at first and the other person just put a new floor on top of the vinyl.
As people tend to do these days, just throw it on top, just like the bathtub cover-up things.
Yeah. And then, meanwhile, this foundation's probably been leaking for however long. When he pulled it up, that water is sitting. It can't get anywhere past the vinyl, right? So it's sitting there.
Yeah.
All that plywood is rotted, and now this didn't just happen last night. This has been an ongoing problem. He just found it last night.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If it stinks that bad.
Well, he pulled it up and it's black, which means it's been there for months.
Yeah.
Or years at that point. It
Or
just
more, yeah.
like I know exactly that smell because I smell it all the time. We have a bin sitting somewhere for weeks on end, and we go to dump it. Oh man! And then the bottom is just black from all the rot. It's gross, and it smells terrible.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's you're not alone, and you're not the worst case scenario. I mean, it's bad, but people have it worse than you. I'm not trying to diminish your story, but just trying to make.
Yeah, I still might have to dig up the lawn.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have to get that pipe.
Not probably. I don't want to have to. We're gonna pretend that he's gonna run the camera through. We're gonna see a clog in the pipe, and we're just gonna run a snake in to clean it out.
Yeah.
And that's
gonna be the problem.
The damage.
Yeah, that's it.
That's gonna be. I already got a quote for it. That's $870.
$870 to
Oh, I
run a
get a
snake?
new sub pump. New sub pump
okay.
too.
I was gonna say.
Yes, I'm buying a new
that's
sub
an
pump
expensive
because
snake.
mine's the original sub pump. I think the snake is still like $300.
The snake shouldn't
And
be
the
$100.
camera is
The
another
snake's like
300.
$150. That's our snake costs $150.
Okay, so the camera costs $350 then. That's what it was with
maybe.
with Mr. Rooter. Yeah.
Man, we're in the wrong business. Every time, whatever business
I
we're
really
in is the wrong
don't.
business.
I don't want to deal with sewage. Though.
No, you don't.
The
But
guy last night when he was repairing rewriting that line, he was gluing it, putting a 90-degree angle on and gluing, hoping the sub pump didn't start pumping again before he connected it. And I said to him, I feel bad. I just can't believe you're doing that because I worried, like, should I run in and turn the sub pump off, like unplug it or something? He's like, nah, I've had way worse things squirt at me coming out of a tube.
Yeah. Yeah.
He said he was repairing a tube the other day. Actually, I think it was the day before or the exact day. Anyway, a 2-inch tube, I think it was. He said, maybe no, 4-inch tube. Anyways, a water supply for an industrial building cold line, and they were repairing it or rerunning it or whatever, and they were like right in front of the tube, and the maintenance guy for the building decided he needed to turn the water on for the building at that exact moment.
Oh, jeez.
So they just got soaked with water. Like, okay, yeah, it could be worse. The sewage or the water.
Either way, yeah, still
Yeah,
not fun.
yeah.
Oh man, I deal with some gross stuff, but I don't know if you could pay me enough to be a plumber.
No, I don't think you could pay me enough to be a plumber.
Two things: you couldn't pay me enough to be a plumber, and you couldn't pay me enough to be a roofer. Either or.
What about a doctor?
I could be a doctor.
Yeah.
It's not that gross. I worked in.
I don't think I could.
I worked in health.
Oh yeah, you did.
I worked in healthcare for several years, and the stuff I've seen is pretty gross. But plumber is like, it's always going to be the worst side of it, like regardless.
Yeah.
So, I'll maybe off air I'll tell you some of the worst stories I had, but I don't think they're podcast appropriate.
So I picked up some stuff
Ooh,
from Value Village.
I did too.
I picked up some stuffies to sell at the Game Swap.
Ooh, what?
These
that's
two,
the Five Nights at
Five
Freddy's.
Nights at Freddy's.
What's the other one?
This one here. These two are both Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay, I don't know that one. I just know the Teddy one.
Yeah, like this one here is selling on eBay for anywhere from 26 to 36.
Oh, nice.
$46. So, and did you see Value Village actually had a? If you're part of the Savers Club, you get an email, and they have special sales.
Okay.
This is the first time that sale's actually been useful. It was 30% off toys, baggies, something else. Can't remember, but the name of the email was totally not that. You have to read the fine print,
Okay.
and you'd see that toys and baggies were included. So these were 30% off. The $2.99 for two stuffies. Then there's this guy here, Fortnite donkey.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I see that now, yeah. The llama. I think it's a llama.
Yeah, llama, whatever it is. And then we got a minion and a Pikachu
Oh, nice.
together as well. So these are $3 for the bag, and then 30% off that,
That's cheap.
and then divide by 2 because there's 2 in each bag. So those are gonna be on my table.
Cool.
I've sold stuffies in the past. They don't usually do great.
No, but
I mean,
something.
if I put $5 on each, except the Five Nights at Freddy's ones, I'll go more because they sell for more.
Yeah.
And I know I can sell those on Facebook Marketplace if I had to,
If you need to,
especially
yeah.
with Christmas coming up. I've sold that exact same guy before, the like robot looking bunny guy. I've sold him before on Facebook Marketplace for 15.
Okay. So that's your
I
money
think we
back.
got
right
it with
there.
something else. Yeah, exactly.
More than.
Yeah,
Cool. I bought.
cannot complain about that.
I'll show you mine. This will be coming up in a pickup video, which will probably be out by the time this comes out. But we'll see. I found
Oh yeah,
an Ouya controller for I think it was $5.
yeah. I told you I
So-
bought another Ouya, right?
You did tell me,
second
yeah.
One near you, yeah. Did I put it in my spreadsheet? Or did I forget it?
Uh-oh. Don't offend the spreadsheet.
No.
I think I have a controller for every Ouya that I have. I have 3 or 4. I should need to get rid of some, but yeah. Speaking of Five Nights at Freddy's, I've been recommended, and I have it on my Netflix watch list. But I've been told by our friend Chris Nintendo Hodge to watch not the latest, but close enough to the latest, Nicolas Cage's Willy's Wonderland, which is basically Nicolas Cage in Five Nights at Freddy's. And the cool thing about the movie, I haven't seen it yet. I'm sorry, Hodge. I'm going to save it for October when things get a little bit scarier. It is the movie where Nicolas Cage doesn't say anything at all.
What?
He talks through like visuals, and he nods, and
Is
body
he
language.
supposed to be mute?
I don't think he's a mute. I think he's just supposed to be the quote unquote tough guy.
Oh. Okay.
But it's Five Nights at Freddy's, so he's in like a Chuck E. Cheese that things are going crazy on him type thing.
Yeah, I've heard of that movie was being created.
It looks fun. I want to watch it, and perhaps it will be a watch party. I think I might do a watch party of it if you're interested.
Okay. Yeah, I would do that.
Because if there's not going to be talking, really, we can kind of like there's talking in it, but he's not doing the talking, so
Yeah.
it could be a fun watch. So
Yeah.
I will save it for October when things get spooky. Spooktacular. Spooktober. Speaking of Spooktober, Halloween, we talked about it a little bit before. Halloween stuff. Are you dressing up this year?
I don't know. I don't usually dress up. I mean, I have, and I like doing costumes, but when I think about it, I'm like, I don't really want to because we're not doing anything. We used to go to a Halloween party with a bunch of friends every year.
Mm-hmm.
This couple would always throw a party every year, and it was a reason for us to get a costume and do something fun. But now we have nothing we're doing, so it's like, why would I get a costume? The kids should get a costume. I like Cynthia loves costumes still, and it's fun for her to get costumes, handing out candy and stuff. But
Yeah.
I don't really need it. Yeah,
Fair enough.
it's neat, but I can't think of anything that I want to do anyway. If I was smart last year, I wish I had gotten one of those just big inflatable costumes that's a certain color, like you pick a color or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was gonna do an Among Us guy.
Oh, okay.
And get
Yeah.
a motorcycle helmet that matches, or a crappy whatever helmet, but I was not on the ball. I thought of that like a week before Halloween, and it was too late.
Well, you got time to do it now.
Yeah, but Among Us isn't cool anymore,
I'm sure.
so it doesn't work anymore.
I'm sure it is somewhere.
No, it's not.
Just
It's not
get
cool anymore.
that inflatable dinosaur costume. That's like the funniest one.
And then just run through the streets.
Yeah, exactly. Chase little kids down. It'll be funny. They'll love it. The parents love it. Everyone loves it.
I would rather put my time into carving pumpkins. Well, I should be actually looking at pumpkin ideas soon. What do I want to do? We've kind of tried to cover things we're interested in the past.
Yeah.
Like, we've done Sailor Moon stuff. We've done Ninja Turtles. We've done Mario. Should almost do something really cool, like Spawn or something. I don't know. We've done Transformer, I think, before too. I'm just looking at my shelf of action figures because that's my like, these are the things I was into as a kid kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I was gonna bring up I had a pumpkin folder, I think, but I don't remember. I don't think I put them all in one folder. I think they're just separate albums for all the pumpkins we've done in the past. One for each year.
You should have a spreadsheet, I think, of pumpkins.
It's a good idea, actually. We've done Hello Kitty skeleton before.
Okay.
I've done just a simple smiley face before.
You should do the Watchmen smiley face with the blood drip across.
We've done Ghostbusters. Frankenstein pumpkin. With staples, with real staples in its head.
Real staples.
Yeah, real staples. We did a pumpkin in the mouth of another pumpkin.
Yeah, that's a popular one. I did that one year too.
Yeah.
I don't think it was very good
Yeah.
though. It was pretty cheap. Now, what about? I know you said you don't really like horror movies, but do you have any favorite like scary movies that you like to watch during Halloween or at all?
No, nothing like that. No.
No, nothing.
Cynthia likes watching. My wife definitely likes watching The Nightmare Before Christmas. But there's nothing that I need to watch.
Do you watch that for Halloween and not Christmas? That's interesting.
She wants to watch it for Halloween. I say we should watch it after Halloween, but before Christmas.
Oh, okay, like split the difference type thing.
Yeah, well, and the movie takes place after Halloween is ended.
Yeah,
And he's getting ready for Christmas. He's learning what Christmas
he's
is.
just trying to find a A new holiday.
A new thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't not interested anymore.
I just found Nightmare Before Christmas on 3D Blu-ray.
Ooh.
That was in my last pickup video, I think.
I got Death Note on have you ever seen or heard Death Note?
I know I've heard of it, but I haven't seen any of it.
So I got it on Blu-ray, the series on Blu-ray from the bin store
Oh yeah.
for $1.
Oh, nice. I haven't been to the bin store yet. I need to.
Yeah,
I need to
but
go.
pick your day wisely. That's the key.
I feel like I want to start cheap. I want to start on the dollar day.
Oh, I wouldn't start on the dollar day.
No?
I would start on a Sunday, which is $8.
Okay.
Because it gives you a good feel for what the place is like, but there's not as many people.
Yeah.
So you get to kind of, get used to the place first before you get all crazy. Because the dollar day is crazy. And when it's no longer crazy, it's because everything's gone.
Yeah.
That's what I noticed. I've only gone to the dollar day once so far, though.
Yeah, I need to.
I've gone on the Sunday, Saturday or Friday, Saturday or Sunday, and the majority of what I've gone. Friday and Saturday is $10, and Sunday is $8.
Okay. Yeah, I should go check it out.
It's cool.
One day. So you don't like sorry, go back to movies here. Have you ever seen like the Halloween movies? Friday the 13th?
I've seen one or two.
Okay.
No interest in it at all.
No.
Not even the slightest.
What else? Nightmare on Elm Street?
No. None of that interests me at all.
Okay, what about, let's go a little bit broader here. Predator, that's kind of scary.
Predator's good, but nothing about it's Halloween.
No, but it could just be, I'm not talking about specifically Halloween. I just mean scary movies in general. Just a horror movie.
Sure. I don't consider that a horror movie, though.
No, but okay,
It's
what
like an
about,
action movie.
okay, that's more of like thriller slasher. Then the opposite of that is like Alien. Because that is a slasher movie.
I don't think I've ever seen, like, Alien. I've seen bits and pieces.
You're hurting me right now. Really?
I know the idea behind it.
Oh my gosh.
I've also never seen the Terminator, like, through in one sitting.
But you've seen all of it at parts, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Same with Terminator 2. I'm sure I've seen
Man,
most of it.
you got to do it. I made my wife sit down and watch all the Terminator 1 and 2.
Yeah, I want to.
And all the Alien movies.
Yeah, see, Alien's just never really been interesting to me.
Alien
I don't know if
is
that's gonna be a sell or
Alien
not.
is my favorite movies. Like the I'll say the quadrilogy. I'll even like the fourth one, even though it's not considered the greatest, or even the third one. I like all four of them. Up there is like my favorite franchise of all time, movie wise. Not game wise, but movie wise. So good. What about like John Carpenter stuff, like The Thing? Have you seen The Thing?
No.
You should watch The
That
Thing.
does not
You should watch The Thing. It's cool.
really.
It's all practical effects. And some of it's just like, I don't even understand how they did that. I watch it like even more on that side of it. The technical aspects.
Yeah. I can see that being interesting, that part,
Yeah. I would say try watching The Thing. It's definitely,
Maybe.
it's a little bit, it's a tough call for me because I grew up with Alien and that was my thing. I didn't watch The Thing until like, I want to say like 4 years ago for the first time. And it's shot up there and it is, I would hold it on par with Alien, but I think I just like Alien just a little bit more just because it's what I grew up with. But The Thing is really good. Should watch it.
Maybe I have a lot of stuff to watch. I don't know which one to go with.
You got time.
Yeah, I'm slowly sending you pumpkins.
I've just been scrolling through your pumpkin pictures here.
I need to open these up to try and get myself a list of what what we've made in the past anyway.
So
Gosh. Like you said, I need to make a spreadsheet.
this year, with hyperlinks to all the pictures.
There was one year when we did none of them. We did no pumpkin carving at all.
Ooh.
I think that was the year my daughter was born. I think so. Yeah. The Thing, you say?
The Thing. It's good.
It's not what I would have expected you to choose for me at all.
Oh, really? What did you?
No.
What kind of thing were you expecting me? Like, you wanted me to go like straight horror on you?
I don't know. I don't know enough about The Thing. To me, it is horror, is it not?
It is kind of. It's more like. It's more of a thriller. I mean, there's some body horror, but it's not like crazy. I mean, well, some of it is crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm just contradicting myself.
Good. Good. Reliable source.
But part of it is like the mystery, right? Like,
Yeah.
anyone at any time could be the thing, and you just don't know. So.
Okay. Yeah, now I'm remembering more of what I've heard of it.
So.
Starts in the Arctic, etc., etc.
It's the Arctic, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say too much, but I mean,
That's fine. I don't want you to,
Yeah.
but
it's
I just remembered that when you said it could be anyone. That's when I remembered that.
yeah. I mean, if you want to go like if you want to have like a fun horror, you could do and John Carpenter, you could do like the They Live, which has got the Roddy Piper from WWE at that point, or
Yeah.
it was WWF at that point, yeah.
Yeah.
And he gets the sunglasses that shows him the aliens that are in control of the world. And he goes on it's a fun movie. It's not serious by any means, but it's a fun watch.
I do like fun more than too serious, but
Well, The Thing is fun
And
in a
again-
way. It's not. Honestly, the effects just hold up so well in that movie. So that's
which is good, yeah.
for something that came out almost like before I was born.
You're young. We already covered that.
You're old. We've covered that too.
Oh.
I just want to check The Thing. 1982. Yeah.
Yeah. It's before I was born.
Hard to believe.
Right? How old do you think I am?
We'll be like Hodge here with Kevin's age.
Yeah,
50s.
that's exactly what I was thinking of.
Late
Yeah.
50s. Early 50s. Something like that. So, yeah, it's good. I mean, if you just want to watch cheesy horror, you could go with like Friday the 13th movies. They're just
Yeah, those. I think I watched them one time. There was one time I was at my cousin's house. I don't know why, but I don't remember anyone else being there. I was in. I don't think it was a pool house, but they had like a part of their house that was kind of separate from the rest of the house, and they treated it like a workout area. I think there was a treadmill there. I remember. And they had a TV in the room, and I was running on the treadmill, watching the TV, and they had satellite satellite TV forever.
okay.
And I didn't know anyone else that had satellite, but they had recorded all these shows and movies off satellite, and they just had cassette tapes upon cassette tapes upon cassette tapes of movies. So I just started going through stuff and started checking out what they had and watching stuff, and like I ended up watching 1 or 2 Leprechaun movies while running on the treadmill, and I'm pretty sure I checked out 1 or 2 Friday the 13th,
Okay.
but I don't remember which one.
Yeah.
I don't remember which ones at all. Maybe I only watched
They're all the
like
same.
half an hour of each. I don't remember.
They're all
but
the same movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was such a random day. I think my parents were like inside playing cards with my aunt and uncle, and none of the kids were home at this house, even though they had 3 kids, like not close to my age, but 2 of them were close to my age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all have those moments.
Yeah. That's kind of what I think of when I think of horror movies, especially if I think of Friday the 13th or Leprechaun.
Yeah. My wife and I watched A Quiet Place 2. recently because it's on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
We watched that.
I have not seen either one.
It's just a movie where you have to be quiet, right? Or the monster hears you and he comes for you.
Sandra Bullock one, right?
No, that's the Emily Blunt one.
Oh, okay.
With John Krasinski. So, that's John Krasinski's movie. Like, he wrote and directed it and acted in it.
Oh, okay.
So. The second one is, I mean, there's plot holes all through this movie. Like, it's not a.
Yeah, I do hate plot holes. that I definitely hate.
But you kind of turn a blind eye. Like, I think I'm pretty good with movies that have plot holes because I'm just like, whatever. Like, I don't really care that much. I'm watching this to be entertained. So I'm just going to be entertained by it. But some things are like it's overly glaring that you just can't forgive.
Yeah, see, and I don't know what it is. Some things I'm like, I don't care if it has plot holes, and other things I'm like, they have to stick to their own logic. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the amount they throw off, or maybe their rules aren't defined. It was one of the reasons I loved the TV show Pushing Daisies.
I've never seen that.
It was such a good show, but it had it established its premise at the very beginning, and it never went against its own premise.
That's hard for a show to do.
I loved that about it.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was basically, if the guy touches someone, they will die.
Oh, okay.
No. Yeah, they will die, but if they're already dead, he can bring them back to life, but only temporarily or something like that. Oh, I can't remember. No, he can bring dead things back to life by touching them, but if he touches them again, they're dead forever. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure he's like fall in love with this girl and brings her back to life, and he can never touch her again because she's dead and she'll be gone forever if he does.
Yeah.
So that's like the premise, but they use it to solve murders and stuff.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, bring the person back to life. How did you die? Who did it?
Yeah, and that's what this whole show, the show is full of that. It's pretty cool.
Cool. Yeah, the Quiet Place stuff is, you realize it's just kind of a dumb horror movie and you just move on. Although in the second one, there's one really bad one. They have to get to this island. I guess this is spoilers, whatever. Go watch it. Spoiler, whatever. Spoilers.
2018.
Skip ahead. Well, this is just this year, I think. But
the new one,
okay. Yeah. They have to get to an island, and so they get to the docks where all the boats are, and all of a sudden there's just people there who are crazy. But like, the island is within, like, you can see it. It's just right there. And you're telling me that these people never just went over to that island that's just like a utopia. Like, why wouldn't they go over there and just take over if they're hungry or whatever? Yeah.
Yeah.
These people have been waiting here for you to show up. You know, it's just kind of very, very convenient. Yeah. I did watch a really bad movie though.
Okay.
I watched a movie on Netflix called Rim of the World.
All right. I don't know.
The premise of it sounds interesting. It's like 4 kids at camp. Ramvox would hate this because it has kids in it. I actually hated this because it had kids in it, and that's rare for me. Yeah, kids at camp, and there's an alien invasion, and an astronaut who saw the invasion crash lands at the camp and hands the key to the kids, and that's the only way to destroy these aliens. And it's just like, I couldn't tell if the movie was trying to be, it's a comedy, they're trying to be funny, but all the parts of it were just like super like awkward and not funny because of it. Like, it's not cringe comedy and like the funny cringe comedy. It's just like these kids like popping off like sex jokes, and you're like, you're like 10. Why are you talking about, you know, trying to hook up with other kids who were 10, you know, like it's a little weird.
Yeah.
And they play it off as laughs, and it's just like, it's weird. It's not, you could tell everything going to happen the way it's going to happen. and it's super cheesy. And I did not. I watched the whole thing, and I should have shut it off, but I'm just like, But it was more entertaining than any of the recent Bruce Willis movies I've tried to watch. So whatever that says.
Sorry, you cut out. It was a bit more entertaining than all the
Bruce Willis, the new Bruce Willis movies that are out there. That's Bruce Willis is just like phoning it in. He does not care at all. Okay. He does not give a poop about anything.
Cashing it in.
Yeah. I tried watching one on Netflix called I think it's called Cosmic Sin. I shut it off within. How long did I last? I shut off 30 minutes in. And
the cover actually looks good.
I don't turn off movies. Like, I don't. If I turn off a movie, it's bad. I will watch a bad movie all the way through. I don't care.
7 rogue soldiers launch a primitive strike against a newly discovered alien civilization in hopes of ending an interstellar war before it starts.
Yeah.
That's the synopsis.
Sounds good. Like, I like sci-fi. Sci-fi is like my favorite thing. And so I've been trying to watch like some sci-fi shows or sci-fi movies, whatever. It's funny because I watch sci-fi movies, but I don't watch sci-fi shows because I find them too cheesy.
Oh.
But I'm trying to change that. But yeah, this was so bad. The one thing I have a problem with is action for the sake of action. Like, I like action.
Yeah.
But if it's just that movie did the cosmic sin of that movie called Cosmic Sin was they showed aliens standing and shooting at each other, and the other shot of Marines standing up and shooting at them. And it was just that. Like, no one's moving, no one's trying to go for cover, no one can hit anything, and it's just that for like 2 or 3 minutes of just showing them shooting. And I'm just like, nothing is happening. If you're going to show action, but don't just have this.
How does Bruce Willis have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 movies that are currently in post-production?
He's phoning it in. I'm telling you. He's literally just like, he'll do whatever.
Movies released in 2021, there are 5. Like, how do you do 5 movies in one day or 1 year? And that's not because he didn't do anything in 2020. No, he had 3 movies released in 2020.
Now, those are released. 4. He's filming them all.
Yeah, that's release dates, so they're made earlier. Yeah. 2019 is like 2, 4, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's
and even more coming up in 2022.
It's crazy. He's just doing whatever. He's the new Samuel L. Jackson. Remember Samuel L. Jackson being like in all the like whatever movie he could be in?
Yeah,
back in the day.
I never expect him to actually be good.
But the thing is, like, he's turning it around. Like, he's not doing those roles anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
But now
and
Bruce Willis
is
doing all of them, right? Now Nicolas Cage to some extent, but at least what Nicolas Cage is doing is kind of interesting.
Is it?
Even if it's bad.
Have you watched Jiu-Jitsu
No, not yet, but it's on Netflix, so I'm going to watch it.
It's on Netflix? Yeah. Oh, God. I told you it's on my Plex.
That's
anyway.
true. I know.
Could have just watched it there. Okay. Back to a question you asked me a long time ago about Halloween movies. Okay. My wife and I did watch Teen Wolf.
Oh, okay. Michael J. Fox.
Yeah. So my parents have done for the last 4 years, they've done Thanksgiving with a year theme. So, like, it was, I think, 50s, 60s, 70s, and now it's going to be 80s.
Oh, cool.
So we're like, okay, let's watch some 80s movies and try and get some idea of clothing and style and what we should try and dress up as and stuff. So we watched Teen Wolf for that and because, Halloween's coming up. And it had been a long time since either one of us has seen Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
So we did watch that.
That's a movie that I haven't seen all the way through. I've seen bits and pieces, but...
Oh, yeah. Really? I know I've seen it before all the way through. I think probably like 8 years ago or so I probably watched it. Just for that exact reason.
Yeah.
And I also watched... Or me and my wife watched Free Guy.
Okay, yeah.
Have you seen it?
No, not yet. I need to.
Wow, you should.
Yeah, I need to.
It's on my Plex.
It is.
There's actually 2 copies of it on my Plex.
Is there a 3D
I
copy?
think it downloaded. No. I should check what the bitrate of this one is, though. But yeah, I mean, it was really funny. It's really
I need
good.
to watch that. I heard good
You
things.
do. It's awesome. So this one's 1080p.
That's fine. That's all I
this
need.
version.
That's all I can do.
Go watch it. Just do it now.
Right now. Pause podcast.
Literally, like when we're. So it's it's good quality. That one. The other one we watched was not good quality.
Man. You know,
I'm checking through my history here to see what I watched.
I've been noticing lately when I'm watching stuff on streaming services, I've been noticing the quality not being very good.
Oh.
So
are you cutting it out?
I'm cutting out?
Not very good?
No, it's not been very good. I've been seeing.
It's because your internet's terrible.
It's not.
Your video quality actually dropped a while ago, but it's better now than it was.
Okay. I don't know why. It's. Wait, hold on a second. Sorry, I'm just looking at your movies. You have Prisoners of the Ghostland? Where did you find that?
I have no idea anymore. Oh no, I do know. Yeah.
I cannot find a copy of it. I've been trying to find it.
Well, now you
Now
have
I do.
one.
But I also want it for myself.
Well, that's doable.
Okay. We'll talk after, but gosh, I cannot wait to watch that movie. Have you seen it yet?
No.
So I want to watch Willie's.
I don't even remember what it is anymore.
That's the Nicolas Cage
it's the
one.
Nicolas Cage thing.
Where that's that samurai western post-apocalyptic.
Yep.
It looks crazy. I also want to do that one as a watch party, although I may watch it by myself first.
Why?
Because I honestly, okay, we used to have, I've said this before, we used to have hangout nights, guys' nights at my house. And it was my job. We used to split up duties, like someone would pick a movie every week to bring.
Yeah.
I don't know if my friends are going to listen to this, but whatever. Like, mostly what everyone brought to the table was not very good.
Okay.
And so it got down to the point where just like, it was just me picking movies because I would try to find something different every week. This is why I have decent movie recommendations, because we did this for years, right? Every week watching a new movie. And now there's weeks I watch like three different new movies a week, right? So I'm always trying to find something new and different.
See, I'd enjoy it more watching for the first time with friends is the reason I asked.
Okay. Well, see, I would vet movies before I would bring them to the table, right?
And I can see that. You want to make sure what you're bringing is good.
I mean, it's not like we care as much if it's good or not, because we've watched plenty of bad movies.
Yeah.
But it was just like, okay, I wanted to have a couple on the table of just like, okay, if this is the kind of night we're having, we want to watch something stupid, here, okay, we'll go with this option. We want to kind of watch something quirky, we'll watch this option. Something action-y, we'll have this option.
Yeah.
Comedy, we'll watch this option, like. So that was my thing. I have an issue, and this is just my issue, is like when I want to watch a movie, I just want to sit and I want to focus and I want to watch the movie.
Okay.
And again, it very much dependent on the situation and what's going on around you. Like if I go somewhere and there's a movie on that I'm interested in and I want to see, and people are talking and I can't hear what's going on or follow, I almost get anxious about it. I'm just like, I just want to tell everyone to be quiet so I can hear what's going on. And I also, the other thing that bugs me about it is people who talk during movies, not following, and then they're like, what's going on? This movie's not good. And they're like, you're not paying attention. You're not paying attention.
Yeah, that would annoy me. That would definitely annoy me.
Yeah, so I'm just like, well, don't ask a question about what's happening if you're not going to pay attention. And then expect me to like try to follow it. I don't know, it's just
summarize it every 5 minutes for you while you're talking to me.
And so part of it is just well, that's the other reason I would watch movies beforehand. So I would know what was going on. And I could explain it because I know my friends were going to talk during the movie. And B, so I would not be annoyed at my friends talking through the movie because I know what's going on and I don't have to try and focus on it for the new a new experience. And that's why I think that Willy Wonderland movie would be good, because I don't think there's much talking in it, and we could talk through it and I'd be okay. That's my excuse. That probably.
Yeah, I just want to watch movies, and with friends would be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I used to get together with friends to watch bad movies, as I've said, and we haven't got together. I haven't even seen those guys in at least 2 years. At least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know we've said it before, but we do need to do that together.
Yeah.
So
Do it.
Do it
Do it now.
We're not going to go into bad movie talk again, though. Sorry. We did that.
That's what you think.
That's what I think. Oh, man. Did you send your children to school this year?
I did send my children.
Now, this is the youngest. Is this her first year?
She would have been in school last year,
Yeah.
but we kept her home and did the online thing.
Okay.
So this is her first time physically going to school, and she's in senior kindergarten. Yeah.
Okay. How's that going?
Good. I mean, my son's doing better than he ever has. He's always had issues in the past with not listening to the teacher and knocking along with certain kids that were troublemakers and stuff.
Okay.
He'd always get drawn to them, but this year that has not happened.
Not yet. It's only been 2 weeks.
I think it's partly his maturity level too, though, because I just see totally different behavior out of him than we used to.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's better. And with my daughter, it's going good.
Good.
She seems to be enjoying school. Now, unfortunately, last week my son had a cough. Had a cough? No, he had stuffed up nose.
Okay.
And stuffy nose, they don't consider a COVID symptom, but he does still have to stay home because he's sick. So he stayed home. I think that was like Friday or something. And then I think Monday, my daughter then had a cough and stuffy nose.
Yeah.
So she stayed home. Oh, it must have been Wednesday or something. I can't remember what day it was. Some day now. It was my son was home, then daughter home, then both home. And today they're both home. And my wife and my daughter went to get a COVID test because they need to prove that my daughter doesn't have COVID because she has one symptom of COVID. Yeah. So now we need to wait for the results. And it seems like they were busier again.
Yeah, with school.
The testing center. Yeah, with school. They weren't taking same-day appointments anymore.
No.
But they had been in the past. Like, way back, they never were taking same day. It had to be next day. But then they started taking same day when they were less busy. And now I think it's getting busier, but not as bad as it was in the very beginning. Especially with kids in school. Makes sense.
Yeah. Everyone's worried. Yeah, same. This is my oldest is going to school for the first time. I think my wife and I had a harder time with it than he did. It was like, it was an emotional day for us.
See, I couldn't care less in terms of I want them to go to school.
Yeah, of course.
And I want my wife to have time to do other things.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't like I don't want him to go. It's just this is a brand new experience for him. Yeah. And like he needs it, obviously.
He's also the older child. For us, it's my daughter's going for the first time. Yeah, but she's going with my son.
Yeah,
right?
She's been there. Someone's going to be there for her. And whereas we're sending him off to, with the unknown.
To school alone for the first time.
And just hoping that, you've toilet trained him well enough and you've,
You mean urinal trained him well enough?
Exactly.
I forgot about that.
And it's just that constant nagging of, is he going to be okay? Have I done my job right? Is he going to listen? Is he not going to hit other kids? Because he hits his brother and, all that kind of stuff. So, and just, hoping the best. But we got through it. We're okay through now. My son also had a stuffy nose. Second week. He went Monday, and then Tuesday.
Did you keep him home, or did they ask you to?
We kept him home because they didn't ask because it's not
Yeah.
a symptom, but just to make sure. So Tuesday he stayed home. He had a COVID test Wednesday morning,
When did you get the results?
and then we got the results Thursday morning.
Oh,
Like
that's not
I
bad.
checked when it could have happened. It says it could take however long, 12 to 24 hours.
They told up to 4 days. is
Up
what
to
the
4 days,
girl
but
said.
it's not.
Up to 4
It's
days.
not that. I checked.
It just depends on how busy they
Yeah.
are, basically.
So he had his test at like 7:30 in the morning, and then I checked at the evening. It wasn't ready yet. Like I checked before I went to bed. It wasn't up yet. I checked in the morning before I went to work, and it came back negative. So that was like, okay, get him up, and he's going to school. Like it's negative.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that much of like a sniffle nose. It was just a little bit, and we can't keep every kid home for every little sniffle, or nothing will get done. So as long as it proves it's negative.
Yep.
So
Yep.
sent him back, but my wife was a little stressed out for 2 days.
Yeah. Yep. I can relate.
But I said, you know what? This is not going to be the last time. Like we're gonna have to do this a couple more times at least during the school year. So
yeah, for
but
sure.
I want to see if we can get
Worse,
the
colder it gets.
I want to get like the rapid test, like the rapid nasal tests, just to have them at home.
Yep.
So we can do like a quick.
We have some at work, apparently. My boss was just telling me about
Yeah.
that. He's like, yeah, we got a couple. You can just do one. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Because I remember saying in the podcast before that we were testing for COVID like twice a week at my job.
Yeah.
The rapid nasal test. Since everyone's been vaccinated, we haven't been doing that.
Gotcha.
So it's just kind of like whatever. I'm sure we have some at the house, but they're giving them away for free. So you just have to find where they're giving them away.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
So we'll get there eventually. But I figured have some at home. So if one of the kids does have a stuffy nose, we can just do a quick here. Okay. Well, it's negative.
I wonder what the accuracy is like.
I think it's close enough.
Okay.
It's just enough to not have to take him and make an appointment and wait 2 days for.
Well, the school requires it if they have a COVID symptom. So my daughter had to anyway.
Yeah. So it's strange because my kid's school did not require it.
So the school never told us they required it, but in their documentation,
Yeah.
like their rules and stuff, it says if your kid has a COVID symptom, you have to provide an alternate diagnosis, which we thought it meant you need to prove it's not COVID or you need to take them to a doctor to show it's something else.
Oh, okay.
Well, her symptoms are already better now,
Yeah.
so it's not like you can take her and get an alternate diagnosis.
Yeah.
They could try, but
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. And we didn't even have to prove that it was negative to the school.
really?
We just said that we told them it was negative. They're like, do you want paperwork? Or they're like, no, like that's confidential information. So like we didn't even, you could just send your kid back and say it's negative. Like there's no, at least at the school I'm at, or my kid's at. So yeah, it's a little confusing. I think we're trying to figure out what exactly is required and what they want.
Yeah.
So
Totally unrelated.
go ahead.
We had a tweet at our podcast account.
Which is?
Blinkum? Do you remember that
Yeah.
one?
I wanted you to plug the Twitter.
Oh, okay. Which is at Not So Special Pod on Twitter. So Blinkum tweeted that he got a bonkers good deal at a Goodwill, $2 each for some TV series. I think they're all series. There's one is Snatch is just the movie, right?
I think so.
I think most of the rest are TV series, but like Sonic the Hedgehog, Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. That sounds like a movie though, because it's 1, 2, and 3. Anyway, complete Super Mario Bros. 3 series, Earthworm Jim series, Darkwing Duck, DuckTales, Tailspin, Ultra Q. I don't know what that is, and then Ultraman, and I have no idea who this other one is either. And Real Monsters. Real Monsters was a great show. Yeah, all $2 each. And then he says, I'm considering this good fortune, at least partly due to at Not So Special Pod, because they were talking about my recent eBay sales and then me right before I stopped in the thrift store. So we'll take credit.
You're welcome, Blinkum. Thanks for listening. Here's your shout out, Blinkum.
At Blink OOM as an out of mana.
Yeah.
As he always says.
So yeah, go check them out. That's a good haul, man. $2 each.
Yeah, I would have bought most of those as well.
Stuff around here is like, if you want to like a box set in our area right now, you're paying at least $8 for a box set.
I've seen some cheaper, didn't I not?
Maybe like a lot of you might get lucky with one or two. Like if you go to Value Village in Cambridge, they blanket price everything.
Yep.
Everything is $4.
Oh, nice. I didn't know
Blu-rays
that.
are $4. Box sets are $4.
You're talking Hesper Road, Cambridge, not Sports World Drive, which some people consider Cambridge.
Hesper,
Okay,
Cambridge,
just checking.
Cambridge, yeah.
I have to have that conversation with my wife every time. Which Cambridge do you mean? Real Cambridge or the one you guys call Cambridge?
I call it Sports World, but
yeah, that's what I tried to do too. Sorry, I'm trying to think of if there was box sets that I got for a good price. I remember paying up for the Monty Python box sets, but I don't remember. And that was in the Sports World location.
when did you get that?
Oh, months ago.
Okay. You should have just asked me. I have all of them, and I was probably going to look at getting rid of them, and you probably could have just had them.
No.
So, Derek has left me alone. I am all alone. He's off in the background doing something.
Kind of hear me, can't you?
I can hear.
Can you still hear me?
Maybe Audacity's going to pick this up, but I can't hear you at all.
No? Okay. So, a Monty Python's Flying Circus.
Is that
$9.99.
Is that the full, like, that's
Set.
everything?
So what does it say? Contains.
You're cutting out for
There's
me,
two
so
episodes-
I can't hear you.
2 episodes for each disc. Is that all it is? Is 2 episodes per disc? Jeez. It says episodes 1 to 6 from season 1. On this disc or this box. And then I got the other one over here, which says DVD set 2, which is episodes 7 to 13 on season 1.
Okay.
So I believe that's all of season 1, then, is my guess.
Okay.
Unless there's another box set that I don't have. But...
Is that
So, what do you have?
for Monty Python? All of
Yeah.
them. Like, I found the whole set in the garbage. Like, those box sets you're showing them, but I've got like 8 of them. Like 1 to whatever. Plus a couple of the...
Interesting.
I was thinking of moving them along because I don't really have the space for them. And if I really want to watch Monty Python, I could just find it online somewhere.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, isn't it? Yeah. It's on Netflix right now.
So,
yeah, season 1 is almost nothing then. Because there's... Oh, no, there's only 2 seasons? What? Is that right? 45 episodes, 2 seasons?
oh, maybe.
Oh, there you go. 4 seasons. IMDb makes it so hard to see things these days. They hide the seasons button and the episodes button. I don't know why. So, if it says I have... So there are 13 seasons in season 1. So, 13 episodes in season 1. I do have all of season 1 then.
Okay.
But there's 4 seasons total.
Okay, then I probably have all of them.
Yes, I'll take what you have. Or what I don't have already, right? If yours is a different style of box and yours all match, though, then I'll give you these and you could sell these if you want.
No, why don't you sell them and just give me the money for it? How about that?
That's also possible.
No, I don't need any money, man. I'm not... Yeah, I don't know. I just don't need more stuff. Like I said, I need to clear some stuff out. That's why we're going to do the show, do the Niagara show.
Yeah. You may have seen my background behind me. It's really messy. That's because of the flood problem.
Oh, okay.
So the room is even messier than normal.
I see a lot of guitars back there. You should get those sold.
Those are still sitting there, yeah. I told you I tested them, and most of them have intermittent button problems.
Yeah. Well,
I don't trust selling that.
sell it and hope for the best.
I can't. I can't bring myself to sell them. What I should do is fix them.
Yeah, too much work.
Like micro switches aren't fun.
Or
to
just
fix.
put it up,
They're
put
easier
it up
to
and say,
replace.
like, sticky button or whatever. Mark it down $10 or $20. Call it a day.
How will you sell them and give me the money?
Man, this got a lot harder.
See what I did there?
It's got a lot harder. I got my own guitar. I picked up a guitar, like, my last pickup video, the one before. It's still sitting over here. I haven't listed it. I've been lazy, man. I haven't sold anything. No, it's not true. I sold one game yesterday on eBay.
So you lied
16.
to me.
It was
Lied to me.
$16. That's it. Not even.
With shipping. That's free shipping.
Yeah, free shipping. So, sorry, it was 19
Aw.
19 free shipping, so I lose $360 out of that.
I've sold stuff and now I can't remember what it was. I sold one of the PlayStation AV cables. I sent you a picture.
Oh yeah, you got
right?
that whole bag of them, right?
Yeah, I got a whole bag of 50 Evo Retro is the brand. PS1, 2, or 3 AV cables. Brand new in bag from the bin store. I paid $8 for the whole bag.
Yeah.
And I just sold one of them for $5, so it almost paid for the whole bag.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
I've literally have a lifetime supply of these cables now, and I hope I can sell like 5 or 10 of them when we're in Niagara.
Those things are like
What's
those things are so
Yeah.
hit and miss. Like everyone could want them or no one could want them.
But I find that if I have them, they sell like at least one every 2 weeks or so was what was happening before.
I always find when I have them, they don't sell. When I don't have them, everyone wants them.
That's probably also possible. So it looks like I paid 18 cents each,
Yeah, that's not bad.
approximately, give or take a half a penny.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. Buy for 18 cents and sell for $5. That's a 2,677% profit.
Gonna be raking it in.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, I need to get my button gear. That's my problem right now is like I don't know if I should be saving stuff for the show or if I should be listing it.
I agree. I've thought of the same thing. I don't know what to do. I've also even been like, I've got like my video game budget has like $890 in it. I should be making some investments. I should be buying something that I know is going to sell at the show for profit. I even thought about buying switches.
Ooh.
Like, okay, here's a switch for like $300. Can I sell it for $400? Here's a switch for $250 with the dock. Can I sell that for $350? Like, what do I do?
Yeah.
Should I try? I even found a Switch Lite for $170.
That's good. That's a good price for that.
Yeah. Should I have jumped on that? Sell it for $210, $220?
But see, those seem to be selling around the 200 mark. About a show, I don't know.
Yeah.
But like,
Exactly. At a show, are they going to sell more? Typically, things do seem to sell more at a show.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the
Yeah.
hard part right now is like with the market changing so much, we don't know what we're walking into. Like we're walking in almost blind again. Like it's like our first show all over again.
Yeah. But my assumption is that generally everything's going to be up in price since video games in general have been up in price.
So I will hope to sell all my $5 games then.
Yeah. I don't know.
Man, it's really a tough call.
Yeah. Do you have things priced at all, or are you waiting?
No,
to
not
do
yet. I'm
that?
gonna wait closer to probably like mid-October. I'll start pricing, because then prices will be somewhat close to what they should be.
Yeah.
And I do plan on marking under eBay. So I will tell you my pricing strategy here. I'm planning on doing the eBay and then figuring out what I would earn like after fees. and then marking it for
okay.
that price.
Gotcha. And then what if someone makes an offer though?
Well, it depends on the offer, but at least my price will be lower because I guarantee you everybody is going to be pricing at eBay. So say something's $25 or $20, right?
Yeah.
I'm not making $20 profit if I sell it on eBay, right?
Yep.
But most other sellers, if they sell something, they want, oh, it's selling for $20 on eBay, so I want $20 at the show, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever. Whereas like, even by me just taking my percentages out of it, I'll be making basically the same money, and I'll be like, should be lower than most other vendors who are pricing at eBay. That's my theory.
Beside
That's my
you
theory.
at my
yeah,
table.
exactly. That's my theory. I probably shouldn't say this on the podcast because other people are gonna do that.
Yeah. I typically do something similar. I don't take off the fees, but I kind of just round down and kind of
Yeah.
end up with the same kind of
Yeah.
thing.
I'm gonna try with the fees and see how that strategy works. To see if that's what I would sell it for myself.
Yeah. Offers is another thing.
Yeah.
Like, I like to give people deals. I know I prefer to get a deal,
Yeah.
even if the price is already good.
Everybody wants a deal. So I think that's what we said. I think didn't we do like a? Oh, maybe no, we didn't this podcast, but I think I did like a podcast where I did selling tips and tricks for conventions.
I don't remember.
I think that was when I did my solo not so special. I think I
Okay.
did one.
Well, I would have listened to it. I just don't
Yeah,
remember.
that was years ago, man. That was
Yeah.
so.
I need to remember everything you've ever said.
Yes, you should. You should have a spreadsheet of everything I said.
Oh, boy.
When did Josh say this?
So
in what
many
episode? And at
spreadsheets.
what time code?
I mean, I have some clips of things people have said, but I don't usually clip your audio. I probably should.
There's probably
but
some gems in there somewhere.
mostly Q Dogs and Kevin and Bill and Joe.
This thing's humongous.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, Q-Dog.
I definitely saved that.
Oh, man.
I don't remember where I put all those things, all those clips.
We got to use them sometime.
In this podcast, right at the
here.
end.
Just put them all in. Here are all the clips.
Just insert all. No, I do have some of them set up in my OBS for streaming.
Okay.
So I can just hit a button and it'll play a sound of whatever the heck they
This
were.
thing's humongous.
Yeah, I got to find the Bill and Joe ones especially because it was a lot that I started cutting out. There's one, here's one of something, Bill saying something about pitcher and catcher.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty old, but pee all over.
We are
Yeah,
immature children.
exactly. And it's okay. Oh yeah, there's a whole collection of them here. It's only 26 clips of them saying various things.
Well, hey, man, we hit the 3-hour mark. I think we've hit our quota.
Think so? I might be falling asleep.
Yeah, I see you yawning over there. People are going to think I'm holding you hostage or something.
It's only mostly true.
Well, I guarantee we're going to get a flag at how long this episode is, so... You're
Nah, nobody even listens to the podcast. We won't even get
They're not going to get to this end of the podcast anyway, so they'll listen to the first half.
This far, if you get to this far, I will send you nothing.
Hold true.
Yeah,
So
I wouldn't lie.
never. So thank you everyone for listening to this episode of Not So Special Podcast. That went longer than normal. Normally we're like 2.5 has been the kind of the quota lately, but
Yeah, you'll just edit this down to 2.5, right?
Yeah, sure. I sure will. So if you're listening, thank you. If you're still listening, thank you. let us know your like favorite Halloween movies or scary movies to watch at Halloween.
Yeah, give me some ideas.
Derek needs some recommendations. Send all the good ones to me first so I can recommend them to him.
No.
And then I can get the credit for it. That's how.
Just going to watch them with my wife. I want more ideas to watch with her.
Does she like scary movies? Is she going to do that?
She doesn't like scary movies, but she likes Halloween a
Okay.
lot.
I don't know if she would like the thing then.
Probably
It's not Halloween themed at all.
Anything sci-fi she doesn't like.
It's not really, I guess, sci-fi kind of. But
It is science fiction.
it's just a monster. That's all. Is that science fiction?
Yeah, those are science
Okay.
fiction. Yeah.
Oh well.
Did it come from space?
Hey, if you want to have before we go, if we want to have a fun Halloween movie or a fun, we'll call it spooky movie, watch The Reanimator. Reanimator.
Yeah, Duke's always talking about
Reanimator is a fun watch. Go and watch that movie.
It's gory though, right?
Sure. In a like a cheesy like 80s kind of way. It's not serious by any means. So, yeah, go watch Reanimator. I need to watch Bride of Reanimator, I think. Is the next one.
Okay.
So, that'll be on my watch list this October. It's on my Plex. You can find it.
Yeah, I see it. I don't know if I want to watch Reanimator, but I guess maybe I should. Everybody says it's so good. Seriously, if Duke says it's good, I almost have to. Just
and
because.
Richard Rambock said it was good too.
I don't trust Richard though. In terms of I don't trust what him liking being something I would
That's fair.
like. Duke is more. This is weird to say, but he's more wholesome in a way.
Duke likes the thing.
Okay. If Duke likes something, I suspect that it's not grotesque and gory.
Okay.
I could see Ramvox liking something that is, even if that's not the reason he likes it. I don't know. I just picture Duke being put off by that more if it's like to an extreme.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Duke likes The Witch, so.
The Witch? I don't know
The
Witch.
It's
You don't mean
the
witches.
Vitch. It's 2 V's. The VV
Oh,
itch.
God.
Yeah, the Vitch. I liked it too.
So maybe I should not like Duke's opinion of you.
I like that one. I like The Witch too. It was good.
Okay.
It's more thriller. It's not really horror. It's kind of more thrillery. I don't know. It's more like psychological horror, not like image scary, just more like theme scary. Theme disturbing.
Okay.
Theme not scary. I don't know. I'm really bad at this. I'm just good at recommending movies, but not describing them.
I watched a movie now. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Vin Diesel,
Uh-oh, you're in trouble already.
vampires.
Last Witch Hunter?
Yeah, Last Witch Hunter. I enjoyed that.
That's a fun just
enjoyed
action
it.
movie. I went
Yeah.
to the theater to watch that.
But it also again kept within its world. It told you what to expect, and it didn't lie or change that partway through the movie, right?
That's true. Yeah, it's a fun action movie.
Yeah.
Go watch.
And with a neat sci-fi preference, sci-fi,
Yeah.
whatever. Anyway,
Watch
I'm too tired
Underworld.
to speak.
Watch Underworld.
Oh, I've watched
okay,
Underworld. Yeah, I
there
love
you
those movies too. Yeah,
Same idea.
yeah. Second one less good, but still good.
Entertaining. Have you seen? There's the third one, right? There was a bunch of them.
I don't remember anymore.
There's Rise. Then they started with like Rise of the Lycans. That kind of thing.
Oh, see, I don't know if I ever watched it.
And they did like a prequel, like back in the day, like medieval times. Underworld.
I don't think I ever saw it either.
Fun times, man. Not all of them are great, but they're fun watches. Man, I should watch Underworld again. See,
Start from the beginning.
I know. That's my thing is I'm just gonna watch a whole series. I'm really bad at that.
But after you watch all the TV shows I've recommended,
I know. I need to watch What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah.
TV show.
especially that.
I'm such a fan of the movie. I need to watch the TV show.
The IT Crowd. I would actually say watch the IT Crowd first.
Really? Okay.
Because it's so good.
How many seasons is that? Is
We'll
it like
find
British
out.
TV show where like they only last 2 seasons?
It is British.
No, I
TV
know it's
show.
British, but
It
like
is-
most British shows like last 2.
Oh, it's
Okay.
4. It's 4 seasons, but 20-minute episodes and 6 episodes per season.
Ooh, that's short then. I could burn through that in the weekend.
Do it.
All right.
Today is now Friday, so
I'll start now. I can watch one before I go to bed.
I'll be waiting while I go catch up on the Underworld movies.
If you want a good, okay, I'm gonna throw something for a loop here. I know I said I was gonna end this like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, things don't end
No,
here.
we just continue going. Normally, what we do is hang up, and then this is the conversation we would have after.
That's true. That's very true. We would have ended and then started talking after. Yeah.
So we're just doing that now. If you want a British show, not a comedy, but short seasons, but they're hour-long episodes.
Okay.
A little bit spooky, like kind of spooky. It'd be a good theme for October. I think there's only 3 seasons, but like a season is like 4 episodes. One season is 2 episodes. It's a show called Luther. It's got Idris Elba, who is like one of my favorite actors.
But not the Canadian youth. Sorry, the modern Luther, is it?
It's pretty. I mean, it's within the past like 5 or 6 years, 7 years maybe.
Okay. No, I'm thinking of something else, right?
He's a British
I see
British
it here.
detective who's chasing down like killers basically. But it's good. It has one of the best theme songs of any TV show.
John Luther is a near-genius murder detective whose brilliant mind can't always save him from the dangerous violence of his passions. What?
Yeah, he's like Sherlock Holmes, but like more flawed. Like he gets himself into bad situations. Sherlock would find himself in situations. Like Sherlock has his issues of like cocaine and opium and that kind of thing. And he was a bit of a mental case at times. But this guy's just like, he gets himself involved with like gangsters and people owe him money, or he owes people money or that kind of thing.
All right.
It's a really good show, like really good. And I think Netflix just bought the rights, I think, to make another season. But this is like a show that's like, it's like a passion project for whoever's making it. They barely
5 seasons.
5 seasons, but look at the episode count.
Yeah, but the episodes are also an hour.
Yeah. But like the last season was only like 1 episode?
The second last season was 2 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah. Season 4.
I don't think season 5's out yet. Is it out?
It shows that you have 4 episodes.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe it's been a while.
Okay.
But yeah, it's good. It's really good.
The thumbnail on episode 1 is some girl on a public transit bus. Does that help you remember anything?
Well, the girl is probably, I know who the girl is.
She's riding the bus or subway, probably a bus. I just thought it might help you remember the episode of the season. But anyway,
episode 1, I have a different thumbnail then.
Oh.
For season 1, I have Idris Elba and a redheaded girl.
Season 5.
Season
you
5.
said season 5.
Oh, okay.
Episode 1.
Season 5, episode 1.
I was trying to help you remember season 5 because you didn't remember it was out.
Okay. No, I don't really. It looks kind of familiar, I guess.
Maybe you never saw it?
I mean, I have it. I've seen it because I don't let that show slip. But like the seasons, it's a show that, again, has been plagued by trying to get funding, trying to get approved by BBC, trying to get airtime. It's a passion project for Idris Elba for sure. And I think everyone should watch it if you're looking for something a little bit spooky. It's not even spooky. It's just, I don't know. It's good.
I'll have to try to watch some of these things.
All these recommendations.
If you didn't keep me up till almost 1 a.m, I could have watched something tonight.
You wouldn't. You'd go back to Valheim. Don't lie.
My friends are all playing Valheim, so maybe.
Okay.
My friends.
Friends, quote unquote. So, all right, now we're like 3 hours and 20 minutes. So we spent like an extra 10 minutes talking about more TV stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for watching. We'll see you all next month. Happy Halloween, everyone. We'll see you in November. All right. Bye.
Bye.